Good evening, people, and welcome to the first edition of Roots TV Team Talks, where I talk to a variety of different teams within grassroots football and just kind of get to know their story within a nutshell. So, first of all, I just want to say, hopefully you guys are doing all well. Obviously, it's the 11th of January now, so we're well into 2021, and hopefully 2021 turns out to be a much better year than 2020. I mean, that's not going to be hard, is it? Although we are under lockdown and key, I'm hoping that it's going to turn out to be a better one. So, without further ado, I'm going to get the first guest on. We've had previous experiences before that it didn't work out, but hopefully this one will work out nonetheless. So here he is. Here we go. Dillon.
What's happening, man? You right? You right, yeah? You good?
Yeah, I was just explaining that, we've had this chance to speak before, but it's not really worked out. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this one goes better.
Yeah, fingers crossed it's all good. I mean, I've got the lighting on good this time, so that's one thing ticked off. I just need to make sure that the Wi-Fi and that doesn't mess up today, because last time there were problems with that, innit? But how you been, man? How you been keeping?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Just trying to keep entertained and keep content going out, as you probably can see, and you're doing the same as well. So yeah, that's it really. What about yourself?
Yeah, same, man. We're just trying to keep busy, try and get the content recorded and content out as much as we can. Especially now football isn't on, and just trying to get ourselves ticking over. We've got a few things to reveal in the next few weeks and stuff, which will be exciting. So yeah, it's just trying to keep ourselves busy, just trying to maintain what we've got so far, and obviously better ourselves for the season that we have and moving forward as well.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that. Like, what have you made of this season so far? I mean, it's not had much of it, to be honest, has it? Like, starting from September last year? I can't remember now. Like, obviously seasons start from halfway through the previous year to obviously May this year. But what have you kind of made it so far?
Do you know what it is? I think from my own personal experience, it's been very stop-start. I mean, like I said in the last interview, in regards to our own Sunday football club, we haven't really done well domestically in the league and stuff. So even for us, it's been a learning curve for us. We've been trying to learn new things, find our best team, and obviously most important thing, try and get wins and be successful on the pitch. But it also doesn't help when there's a lot of disruption with the lockdowns keep happening, and the tiers that was happening before as well. So it's frustrating, because when you feel like you can get some momentum going, or you've seen something good from the previous game, and you obviously can't work on it or follow up on it from the previous game into the next game, it kind of does dishearten you a little bit. But then also it gives you that time to be able to work on things on the pitch as well as off it as well. But and that's for our Sunday team. But for our football academy, we haven't even been able to start our season yet. Our academy boys season was going to start in January, because it got delayed from September. Now this lockdown now has happened, so we can't even start now. So we don't know what's going to happen with the football academy league. I think if it doesn't happen or doesn't start, we'll just have loads of friendlies until next season. But obviously, ideally, want the academy season to start. And then with the Sunday league, I mean, I know no one knows what's happening with that at the moment. So it's kind of up in the air, and we have to see what happens with that moving forward. But if they was to resume the leagues or not, I have no idea. I'd love it to resume, but the reality of it, especially with how many games they've got left, especially with the cup games and stuff as well, it's looking very slim. But I'm up for my team are up for anything. We're up to play as many double bankers as possible, midweek games, just to try and get the season finished, and for us to be able to have a good domestic season.
Do you know what? It's going to be a load of double headers if it goes in. I mean,
yeah,
what you said, I think it will be that. It's looking very slim that it will actually go ahead, because how many games realistically have people played? Some have played 2 games because they've played a whole load of cup games. Some have played 7. And bearing in mind, you've got some leagues have got 10 in the league, some have got 12 on the rest of it. You're never going to get through all of those games. Plus the cup games as well. For me personally, I know it sounds quite negative, but it's just realistic. It would be better just kind of null and void the season. Probably go ahead with the cups, because you can bang out cup games in no times. Whereas obviously league games, even if you did double headers, you're still playing a lot of catch up. I mean, who's got the time to be double headers every single day? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. It's a lot of stress on the players as well. Especially if they've got to play 2 games on one day. That's where injuries come from. Fatigue and stuff. So yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying there.
So talk to me about obviously your issue. Obviously you spoke before, but what happened. So again, probably revisit again. Talk to me about, you know, that badge there. You know, talk to me about that and the start of that.
So yeah, DC Football Academy. I mean, the football academy side's been going now for this is our second season. So we're a South London Football Academy based at Fisher Football Club. So we deliver a 16 to 18 football education program where our academy scholars come and train 5 days a week and also do their BTEC qualification with us as well. So they'll train in the mornings and then in the afternoon they'll do their BTEC as well. So not only are they coming here to obviously try to better themselves and try to gain that professional contract or semi-professional contract they're looking for, they also gain, you know, that education and that BTEC certificate as well. So for the one thing we've always made clear at our academy is that as football is obviously the main thing they're here because they wouldn't be here if it wasn't for football, but we make it important as well that their education is as important as football as well. So if they wasn't to be successful in football, once they leave us, they also have that exit route to can they go and carry their education at university? Can they go and get a scholarship abroad? Can they go into employment? There's further loads and loads of exit routes they can carry out, but it's about making sure that they know this from the get-go so that when they do leave us, it isn't a shock for, you know, they've left us now, what happens next? Because even in the pro game, you know, and there's been a lot of it happening at the moment, especially with like players getting released and they're not too sure what's happening with them. And a lot of, you know, mental health come from it as well, where players get released and because they haven't had that wraparound care from the get-go, they're not really quite too sure what to do once they leave. So it's about us making sure that once they're with us, we've got that wraparound care now and after as well, so we can kind of guide them. So the main thing is obviously we want our players to succeed and obviously become professionals, but the likelihood of them all become professionals is slim, and they all know that as well. No matter how good they are, the likelihood of that is slim. And even if they was to have a good non-league career, they still, on the back of that, need something to do after they retire. So we just make it obvious to them that, you know, their education, having another exit route, another plan is also as important as trying to pursue their dream as a footballer. So yeah, I think the main thing from us is just making sure that whilst they're with us, they're not just learning how to become a footballer or how to, you know, have the best results in their grades and stuff. It's about how can we shape them and make them a better person and make them a man. And once they've left us, they've learned life lessons as well as obviously becoming a professional footballer as well, or trying to, should I say? So yeah, we're just trying to strive to be the best. Really, we're trying to, you know, make as many of our players go into the football league system or the non-league system as possible. Last year we had 90% of our academy scholars playing at non-league level at the level, which is good. And one of our players went, and he's still there at the moment. He's gone on trial to Olympiacos. So he's been in there. He's been there since when's he been there for? Since like August, July. So he's been there training with them since then. So we're just waiting to hear back from them. So that's obviously good from our first year. So obviously we're trying to better that for this season. Obviously it's a bit difficult because of lockdown and trying to get players down to clubs and all of that nonsense. But we're confident once lockdown's finished. I mean, we've got a few players lined up for some trials at a few clubs. So we're just waiting for lockdown to finish and things to be a bit more loose so that players can actually go into these setups, because a few of the clubs we've spoken to have said that we can't even go down to a training ground with them because they're not allowed, basically. So yeah, I mean, it's been a very successful first year last year. I mean, we managed to get a partnership deal with Puma last year. We managed to get a partnership deal with Brentford. So Brentford are, I don't know if anyone's aware, but they haven't got like an academy set up, and they've only got a first team and a B team. So the deal we have with them is that any of our good players that they like, they can get kind of first dibs on. So they can say, okay, we want to take him to train with our B team. If he's successful there, then he can sign for their B team. And their B team is very unique because it's not like a normal under 23s reserve setup. They don't have a league. They just play loads of friendlies, and their friendlies are based, you know, all over the place. And their objective is either to get the B team players into the first team or to sell them on to other clubs which they could be successful in. So it's not wasting their time and selling hope. It's they'll either be in the first team or get sold on to another pro club. And they're using that time and the setup at Brentford to better them as a footballer and stuff like that. So we've got a lot of things going for us in our short time we've been as a football academy. And as I said, we've got one campus in South London at Fisher Football Club, and for next year we're looking to open up another campus in East London at Mile End Leisure Centre. So we're going to have two campuses from next year. which will be good. And obviously, we're looking to expand and do more. We was meant to have 2 more campuses, so a North and a West London one, but we've had to put brakes in that because of the current situation, and just the recruitment's been very hard this year because we haven't been able to hold any trials for the academy. So hopefully from the next season, once we have a bit more time, we can, open the other campuses as planned.
Okay, well, sounds like you guys are busy, man. Got to give a shout out to FT and Fernandez who are watching in as well. Shout out to you guys as well. Again, great team, great bunch of lads as well. So shout out to you lot watching in as well. I didn't hear the Sunday League side mentioned. So I meant.
We're talking about Sunday League now. Yeah, we're talking about Sunday League now. So I was getting to that bit. So so following from that, so obviously it's a story in it. So following from the football academy, we had a discussion about obviously making a Sunday League team. So obviously what we want to do is we want to have a Sunday League team where our players that are not getting that Saturday League football, that are good players, can obviously play on a Sunday against men and very experienced men. So for this season, we decided to start up a Sunday team who play in the Alport and Bromley District Sunday League. So this is our first season with them. Our main objective for that, obviously, as I said, is to try and get as many of our academy players into that Sunday team to play men's football and to showcase to everyone that, these young players, regardless of their age, can actually still play against men and hold their own and, do what they can do. Obviously, with saying that, though, we have got experienced players playing with them as well because it makes sense to do that because you can't just throw the kids into the deep end. So we've got some.
Apparently, remember?
Oh, apparently. That statement there is about to be proved wrong very soon, but it's all a process, So yeah, we've got a group of lads that we all know. So myself and a few other boys that we've got on the board. We just got together and we've created a team. We was very confident at the beginning of the season because obviously the success we've had in the football academy and obviously the players we've got are very good footballers, but it didn't really start well. We've had a very poor league campaign, not the greatest of seasons so far. I partially blame that to our bad pre-season we had, and I partially blame it just to things we need to fine tweak as well. But it's a progress, It's about making sure that our Sunday team follows on the success from the football academy, and we're on to bigger and better things of it. We know that I think the thing about us is we know where our flaws are with the Sunday team, and we know what we need to improve on. So we've eradicated that, and we've implemented things to stop them things. So it's about us now. Once we can, put it into action, and hopefully getting the wins under our belt and becoming the success that we say we are. Because we like to talk that we're the best in the best Sunday League, and obviously everyone says they're the best Sunday League, and everyone says they are, but it's about the proofs in the pudding at the end of the day, innit? So that you can't really say the best Sunday team if you're not delivering the best stuff. So all of our stuff as well. So we record our games as well. So all of our games are put on YouTube, and we do a bit more than that as well. So a lot of clubs just record their games and put it out. So we do other content as well. So we do podcasts, player interviews, some challenges as well. So we've got various content on our YouTube channel, which is a good watch. If you're looking for something to watch over this lockdown, head over to our YouTube channel, DC Academy, shall I say, and have a look at our Sunday boys, our academy boys, and some of the stuff we're doing down there, especially the player interviews as well. I mean, we've got players that have been in the football league, have played at football academies and stuff. And it's good to hear their experiences as a player and how it worked out for them and how they've ended up at DC. And I mean, for the football academy, for the Sunday club as a whole, it's about us now just trying to, become great, because greatness is within us. So it's about just becoming great now and showing everyone why we are self-named, the best team.
Okay, self-named the best team. But I've got to take you back though to the start of that Sunday League process. Was it a bit of a reality check when you're going out there on a Sunday, not getting the results that you kind of desired, despite all the success that you're having with the academy teams? And how did they bounce back from that as well?
Do you know it was a bit of a reality check, to be quite fair, because we're, like I said, last season of our academy, we lost one game in the whole season. So I was very confident, especially we put ourselves in a division where it wasn't a difficult division for what we thought it would be anyway. So I put us in a division where I thought, this will be a good first season for us where we can just find our feet and do good things. But we had a big reality check in our first league game. And I'd say I think the thing that we're lacking is that we play very good football. We have a lot of possession and we dominate the game. It's just the two things that we've really lacked is that we haven't been able to finish our chances in front of goal. I think one of our games before the lockdown in November, we missed like 6 or 7 1-on-1s, which is embarrassing. And I think our other fault, it's not great. And I think our other fault as well is that we just as a team we wasn't like the chemistry wasn't all there. Obviously, it's coming together now, but because the team was young, not even young, because the team was young and new, we had experienced players that were playing with the young boys and experienced players that hadn't played with each other before. It was about them finding the chemistry within each other because a lot of the clubs in our league have played with each other for 4 or 5 seasons. So they know how everyone ticks and they know how to get each other going. Whereas our boys are still trying to find out how to get each other going and, you know, how everyone plays and how everyone ticks and stuff. So for us, it was always, we always thought it'd be a success. And I think off the pitch, it's been a success, but I feel like it needs to marry what's happening on the pitch. So the stuff on the pitch obviously we need to pick up results. We need to do better on the pitch. And obviously the more results and the more of an impact we have on the pitch, the better off the pitch stuff will happen. So, and we know that, and that's what we're trying to eradicate and trying to develop moving forward as well.
Okay. I'll ask you about like the scene as a whole, like this whole YouTube scene, YouTube football scene, should I say? Like it's ever emerging. I'm seeing teams pop up here, there, and everywhere. People are sending me in clips. First thing first, like what have you made of it? And second of all, like where do you feel like it can go?
I feel like the YouTube football scene is probably one of the best things to happen in grassroots football for a long time. I feel like it's created a lot of togetherness. It's created a lot of stuff where people can use their creativeness to go out there and record games and, you know, sit down and spend that time editing and really put in the graft in. And it gives people that before may have not had that kind of inspiration to kind of put together something where they can really work and develop on. And I feel like it's created it's a big thing now. You know, loads of teams are trying to be a successful YouTube team. And obviously, there's a lot of hard work and dedication that goes into being a successful YouTube team because it's easy enough just getting a camera and recording the game. It's about how good is the content and what are the hours and stuff you're putting into the content. And do you know what good content looks like to be able to record it? So it's good. It's good. I think it's fantastic. And I feel like it can only get better. I feel like everyone, as the day goes on, are pushing each other where someone will put a bit of content out and then someone sees it, tries to match it or better it. And then the quality of content is going to go up and up and up where soon it will be, you know, the content will be crazy. We'll be able to see the exact same content we're getting from the professional clubs at a grassroots level, which for me, I feel like a great thing. In terms of like the YouTube scene, and I've spoken about this before, I feel like in the next like 10, 15 years, I feel like the grassroots scene, with it being recorded and being on YouTube, can probably be in the same sort of caliber how like college football in America is, in regards to like the exposure it gets and how many fans they got. Because a lot of the bigger YouTube clubs, they get a lot of fans that go to their games and stuff, which is good. You know, it brings families out, it brings people together, brings communities together. So I feel like as the years go on and how big grassroots and Sunday League and YouTube football gets, I feel like it's going to have a massive exposure and it will become, as big as or on the same sort of level as college football in America.
That's interesting you say that. I never thought of it that way. I thought of it more down the lines of the whole fan TV phenomenon. Like when it first came out and you first come across after fan TV, it's like, that's a bit cheesy. But now everyone's got a fan TV and everyone's got a voice as a fan of a football club or a professional football club. So I kind of find it like that sort of way where, I don't know, the first people over the hill might have been a Palmers FC, for example, and they would have thought, who's these guys rocking up with a camera? And then lo and behold, every person's got a camera coming to Saturday League and Sunday League games. And before you know it, there's YouTube leagues in itself and all the rest of it. So I feel like maybe, obviously, this year, again, it might be a write off like the last year. But again, like give it a couple years and then you'll see a forever rising YouTube scene, and then like this is when all the big, you know, brands will come in. I mean, they're already starting to come in already. You've got the likes of, you know, Puma work with what's called SE Dons, and then you've got Lucozade working with Rising Ballers, and you've got, you know, New Balance working with Beatties and all the rest of it. So I just see it as that. But no, it's interesting that you mentioned that the college concept over there in America. So no, I hear that. But kind of going back to your content that you put out, you said you put out podcasts, obviously put out the games as well, like and obviously play interviews. What have you kind of picked up from all of that? Because I'm always interested to hear from another content creator's point of view. Like, what have you picked up? What worked? What doesn't work? Are you still learning anything else you're going to do in the pipeline?
Yeah, I mean, in regards to learning, I think everyone's always still learning, aren't we? So we're still learning about what works, what don't work, but we know the niche and we know what we're trying to achieve. So we know that obviously the games and stuff are the most important thing, because obviously that's what everyone wants to watch, and we're still trying to better ourselves in that as well in regards to the editing and recording and trying to give people the different kind of game view that they don't see elsewhere. So we're looking at other things of how to make our visuals better. But yeah, in regards to the challenges as well, I mean, if we can't get a game in, or the games have been called off, or we're trying to deliver more content, it's good for us to put challenges in the podcasting. But I feel like in terms of like the podcast and interviews, they're very good because they're very insightful and you learn a lot about them. But you need that dedicated listener or viewer to be able to properly sit down for the hour or whatever it is to really invest themselves into what's happening. Whereas obviously the games and stuff are a lot shorter; they're 20 minutes, half an hour, so it's not as long. But even in the content we've got, we've got a lot more ideas, especially now during this lockdown period, which we feel like will be very unique and different, and things we really want to get out. Because obviously a lot of channels just do the games, and then they might do challenges, or they might do five-a-side, or they might do a podcast or an interview. But it's about what can you do using the tools you have to make it different and make it, you know, more watchable than what else seen elsewhere. And especially in this period now where a lot of people are at home and the first thing they do is either look at their phone or they're watching TV. It's about how can you engage that person sitting at home that's not doing much, or they might have come home after a long day or after a long weekend. How can you engage them to, you know, invest their time, invest themselves into what you're trying to achieve? So there's still a lot for us to learn. There's still a lot for us to deliver. I mean, like I said, we've only been doing the recording our stuff for the Football Academy and the football club for a year now. So obviously we're not the finished article. There's still a lot for us to learn, but I can assure you that within time and once the success starts, we'll be right up there.
No, I fully agree. And again, you said you've got some things that can come out as well. That's going to be coming out throughout the course of a couple of weeks as well. So I look forward to hearing from that as well. So yeah, talk to me about now the academy side of things. Now, obviously, you mentioned that you've got a player over Olympiacos training as well. Always, I don't know if he's still training right now, currently, maybe.
No, he's not training at the moment. No, but he's still over there.
Still over there. But yeah, talk to me about that side of things, and you know, where do you see that side of things going? Because you know, academies can be difficult. Whether you're running them, whether you're a part of them, whether you're, you know, joining up with one. So how do you kind of see that going into year 2 now?
Do you know what it is? I feel like I mentioned earlier, our success in the football academy in our first season was such a great thing that we can only better it. So even this year, I mean, we got a better facilities for this year. We got a lot more better players. We're actually in the ECFA Premier League, which is the top league in the college football. So we got to play teams in like Portsmouth and Manchester and whatnot. So it's like the Premier League. We get to stay in hotels and stuff. So it's a very good league. And obviously it hasn't started yet because of COVID, which is disappointing because we was really excited for it to start and all of that stuff. But I feel like for the football academy side, it can only get better. I mean, like I said, we're opening a campus in East London for next year, and we're looking to obviously open the one in West and North London. I feel like our main thing as well was that we don't accept, a lot of these programs accept 100 boys on because for them it's business and it adds numbers to them. Whereas us, we're happy to have a smaller squad which we can really manage and have the best 24, 25 man squad, which we know that 16, 17 of them can make a football career and the rest of them can make a career in some sort of subject in sports still, or wherever they want to go. But we know that we've got 25 good men which we can really manage and really put them in the right direction. Whereas some of these programs that have 100 boys, they probably won't even know half the boys' names. Whereas we talk daily with the parents. You know, we treat them like our younger brothers. We really mentor them very well. So I feel that's what makes our program unique. And like I said, us opening the campus in East London and West London and North London moving forward from the season after, it's about domination for us. So it's about, once we've done London, where's next? So are we going to go to Liverpool, Manchester, Birmingham, Newcastle, even outside of England, Dubai, America? The pitch is massive, you know. So it's about where, you know, there's no roof on what we're trying to achieve. It's about, we can take it as far as we want to take it. You know.
Now you mentioned something earlier that kind of stuck out to me. That's going to be my next question. So there's loads of academies starting up, whether it be obviously not during now, but that have started up, and some of them, as you mentioned before, they just start up because they just want to make money, and everyone's got to make a living. But what is there to kind of regulate that? Because they're kind of selling people dreams here. Not necessarily saying you are, but again, people that are just starting up and taking in 100 boys because they can kick a ball, but knowing full well that maybe even 1% is going to make it. Like, how does that stop? How does that get regulated?
Do you know what it is? In our kind of area we're in, there is actually any regulations on it. So, for example, I'm not going to name clubs and whatnot because that's not what I'm like, but there'll be a program that's like us that have has a football league club attached to it, or they may have like a high non-league club attached to it, and they kind of use that as if you play for us, you'll play for the first team. And they know full right that the likelihood of that is very slim. So we've had boys that from last season, and even now, I had a boy message me last week or the day after New Year's Eve saying that he's at a football program that's associated with a high national league club, and he was like, the setup's not great there. They don't even train as a team together. Basically, they go there, and whatever players are there at the time, they'll just train together with the coach that's there. There's no like structure. And obviously they've got sold a dream because they've been sold that if you play for our academy, that you'll play for, you know, the first team one day. When obviously, if there's 101 boys, the likelihood that's happening is very slim because you can't all play for that one club. It's unlikely. So in regards to regulations of that, there isn't any, and I feel like there should be some implemented because, you know, not even that as well. These 2 years of the boys' life is very important because this kind of dictates and the stepping stone from where they're going to go next. So if they're not good enough, and you know they're not good enough, obviously having them on board creates money for yourself, which is great. But are you going to create money for yourself for then, after 2 years, knowing the boy isn't going to become a pro after you've lied to him for 2 years, he's going to leave and then not know what to do next, which obviously can lead to worse things moving down the line. And that's where I think our most important things, obviously, is making sure that we look after the boys, and we're very in tune with our community and making sure that we're doing the right things for our community. And we've always done that. And we've never just been a selfish club to do things for ourselves. Because we had 50 boys on our last trial. We had 50 boys over 2 days. So we had 100 boys in 2 days contra trial. We could have accepted all of them and had 100 and whatever boys for this year. But we know obviously that's not politically correct. We know that obviously all them 100 boys aren't what we're looking for and don't really buy into our ethos and what we're trying to achieve. So they can go elsewhere and go to a college or a sixth form and learn something and do something they can aspire to, you know, to do, and better themselves in another avenue. And you know, if it comes to the thing where we don't select them but they still become a pro, that's great for them, because obviously that's what we want for all of the boys that are trying to have that dream and aspiration. It's not our say isn't the last say. You know, we don't dictate who becomes a pro or not. Things can change in a matter of years. So.
Okay. Just going back to or going forward then, like what's the overall plan? What's the 5-year plan? I know we're currently in lockdown and stuff like that, but minus that, it is. What's the 5-year plan of DC Football Academy?
Do you want as the Football Academy or as a whole of the Sunday team as well?
As a whole, including the Sunday League team as well. Don't leave them out again. Come on.
No, can't leave them out. That's the most important thing. I feel like our most important thing, which we're trying to achieve at the moment, and we've got things that are happening to do that, is we want to turn the Sunday team into a non-league team. That's the main reason why we started the Sundays as well, was to that we have that experience, having a first team, which we then turn into the non-league team, so it can be the first team of our football academy. So I feel like our first thing we're trying to do is now just get some experience for the Sunday team, get some momentum going, get some success going for the Sunday team, and then turn that into a Saturday non-league team. We would still keep the Sunday team as well, but we'd also have the Saturday first team, which obviously the academy boys will be aspiring to get into. So that's that. And obviously for the Sunday team as well, create better content, create good content, get some more partnership deals with other brands and stuff like that than we have already, and just become a real force in terms of like the YouTube football for the Sunday team. With the academy, obviously, like I said, we're looking to try and get as many boys as we can sign onto a pro or onto a good non-league club. We're looking to expand our campuses from having the 2 we're going to have from next season to have 4, and obviously have 1 outside London as well. And I feel like, I think that the most important thing is just being successful, and just trying to dominate the kind of area we're in, and just trying to become the real driving force of grassroots football.
So you're basically looking for world domination. Is that what you're trying to say to me? Like,
I would say that. Yeah, I would say world domination. I feel that's what we're after. Once we've tackled England and we've done what we can here, we'll go elsewhere and plant our base there as well.
Yeah. I've got one more as well, and this is like just random. I think you might have commented on it as well. So, post I put out last week, or in fact, was it last week? Yeah, probably last week, regarding SC Dons as a hashtag. So, obviously, to people that are not listening in, was it Spencer spoke to Smith, who I'm speaking to, funny enough, tomorrow as well, talked about whether they're going to play or not, and then basically, I'm paraphrasing here, Spencer basically said we've got bigger fish to fry. Again, paraphrasing, but again, if you want to watch it, go watch it back. And then obviously Don Strapsy had his say and basically said we're ready to play. So I just want to know, in your opinion, like, who would win, and B, when is this going to happen? Because it's got to happen. We all want it to happen. I want it to happen. I'm sure you want it to happen. The whole YouTube scene, grassroots football needs it to happen. The 2 powerhouses, I think Don Strapsy compared it to what? McGregor versus AJ, or McGregor Mayweather, that's what he said compared it to. So yeah.
I think what I commented the other day is that this is basically, in regards to it happen, it's basically like AJ and Fury, or how AJ and Wilder was, where one says they want it, the other says they want it, but the deal just never happens. And it should happen, because like you said, and like Don Strapsy said as well, I think for the scene, as a YouTube scene, we're taking away, who plays on Saturdays, and taking away how big someone is compared to the other or whatnot. It just needs to happen, just to not only, confirm who is the best at the moment at the YouTube scene, but also it gives the fans what they want. The fans are calling for it. And I also looked through the comments the other day on their post as well, and I think one of their players was calling for it as well. So so the demand is there, and if the demand is there, it should happen. And I feel like it's only right it does happen. And I was talking to, I think my friend Lenzo commented as well, saying that if obviously it was a lockdown, they could have this at a stadium, and it would fill out, because obviously hashtag have got a massive support, SC Dons have got a massive support, and it'd make a great day out, and a great a great viewing for everyone to go to the game or watch it on the Sunday when it comes out, and it kind of puts to bed who the best team is at the moment. I feel like it needs to happen. I don't want to say too much about it, because it's not really my place to say, but I feel like one team, I'll just say it, the hashtag are kind of hiding away from SC Dons, and I feel like they need to not act too big time in it and just play SC Dons, whether it be in pre-season, whether it be midweek, whether it be whenever it is, it just needs to happen. I feel like.
I think that's what it feels like. Until we get both of them on a podcast and say, look, you want it, you want it. It sounds like to me, and probably to you as well, and other people, that Dons want it more than hashtag. Hashtag have quote unquote more to lose, because there seems to be sort of false hierarchy that Saturday football is above Sunday league football, which in a way you kind of can see it, because Saturday is supposed to be obviously your road to non-league and whatever, and obviously Sunday league is just, you know, Sunday league. But let's face it, like some of the views that Sunday league is getting and the attention it's getting, it overshadows a lot of non-league, barring your likes of your hashtags and stuff. So for me, it needs to happen, man. But I don't know. I just feel like it's look, Spencer's pulled a great one here. Like for me, it's like it's his way or no way. Do you know what I mean? He's got the calling card, because he said.
Yeah, I think that's what it is as well. I feel like, again, and this is what I mean. This is what I mean about AJ Fury, because AJ is like SC Dons. Like AJ will fight these guys, and SC Dons will play hashtag, but hashtag are making excuses and saying they don't need to play SC Dons to prove they're the best or anything, because they've got bigger fish to fry. But like Don Stratton, which I saw on the post he put up, it's not about the 11 versus 11. It's more about the badge that's on your chest, and that's what everyone's more focused about. No one, obviously they care, but they're more focused about the badge of hashtag versus the badge of SC Dons, and the players that are involved in it. That's great, but it's about, can these two teams come to an agreement to play that game? And I feel like you just said, Spencer's way or no way. So if Spencer don't want it, it won't happen. And I feel like he's trying to shy away from it by saying that. I watched the video saying that it's not up to him, it's up to his first team manager who has the game or not. And in a sense, that's true, but it's not, because you have the last call. So
come on, Spencer. It's not up to your first team manager. We all know it's down to you, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's come from you. Like the birth of your club has come from you. So unless you've handed over the reins to your first team manager, it's all down to you. Same with Don Strapsy. Do you know what I mean? It's called SC Dons, I'm guessing, after Strapsy. So again, it's down to him. So he wants it. He put it out there into the universe. It's got to happen, because Don fans want it. Hashtag fans want it. Don's players want it. A lot of hashtag players want it by the looks of it. It's got to happen, man. Again, going back to what you said, whether it be in a stadium or not, who knows? That would be nice. I think it could fill out an Old Trafford, man. Do you know what I mean? Those sets of fans have got that many fans. Plus, a player team that many fans that it could, because you can only go back to like the Wembley Cup and all the rest of it, where it's filled out. What, Charlton? I'm sure they used Charlton's ground, and they've used Wembley before. And again, if you've got SC Dons with X amount of fans, and then you've got hashtag with X amount of fans, and then just YouTube fans in general, that's going to be a crazy amount. But
I mean, like I said to you before as well, like I can be the Eddie Hearn in this situation. I can broker the deal. If both the clubs don't want to talk to each other, I can be the middleman. Just find me. Everyone's got my Instagram. A few of you got my number as well. So just give me a little call. I can sort it out for you guys. No problem.
You want to be the broker of that deal, man? Yeah. Okay, I've got to ask you the final one then. If they do play each other, and I reckon it's not just going to be a one-off game. It's got to be probably be a best of 3. But if they do play each other at least once, who wins that game and why?
That's a tough one. I can't lie. But I feel like I'm going to have to support my South Londoners here.
Yeah.
It's only right. So I feel like FC Dons will win that game against hashtag. But again, it could go either way. And I say that as well. Obviously, I'm going to support the South Londoners, but I say that as well because I haven't really seen too much of hashtag. I think I've watched them once when they played in the FA Cup this year.
Yeah.
And that's it. So I haven't really watched them too much. So I will have to say SC Dons. But again, after that game, they could show me something different, which can, they might blow them out the water, and then they can prove why they are the best. But yeah, I'm gonna have to say SC Dons with this one. But like you said as well, I don't think it'll be a one-off game. I feel like whoever loses will want a rematch straight away.
Of course.
To prove that it was a one-off, So yeah.
I think similar to you. I think if it's a one-off game, I think the Dons will be up for a little bit more. But if they did lose, in fact, as you said, whoever loses will win another game. So again, if it's a best of 3, I think Dons might win 2-1. but
Mm.
Hashtag will definitely win one of them. Like they'll win the second one, and then it'll go to a third game, and then I think Dons might edge it. That's just me, but yeah, it's interesting. It's got to happen again. Dillon, if you want to play Eddie Hearn, mate, by all means, get involved and make it happen for the culture, man.
Be the broker here, man. No worries, no worries. I'll like I said, the end of the club's watching. Just give me a little call and I'll sort out for you guys. No worries.
By all means, make it happen, man. Nah, I appreciate that, man. Again, thank you for coming on, man. I really do appreciate it, bro.
No way. Just one last thing, guys. Please make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, DC Academy. Follow us on Instagram, DC Football Academy, and our Sunday team as well, official DCFC _. We've got lots of exciting stuff coming out, lots of exciting content coming out during lockdown. And once we can resume football, we're going to show you guys why we are going to be the best.
There you go, man. And again, make sure, and also, I should have worn it today. Also, make sure you get the shirts as well, man. The shirt is lovely, bro.
Yeah, there's a bit of at the moment, there's a bit of a delay that I think the warehouse is still closed down. So the one you got, which you managed to get, this closed down again, the warehouse now. So you'll have to wait another 6 or something weeks. It's been a nightmare with Puma this year. So you can order it, guys, but just expect some delay time of it. And order the home kit, away kit, the training gear as well. Show your support. And yeah, like I said, check out our Sunday team on Instagram, official DCFC, because when we go back to football, we want to try and see as many of you guys down to our game as possible. And we've got some news to announce the 1st of February. Some major news, which is groundbreaking, literally. So yeah.
Really? Groundbreaking, literally, huh? Hint, wink, wink. Okay.
Groundbreaking, literally. So yeah, we'll see. Check out our Instagram that day, and you'll see what we're really about.
Okay, I look forward to it, man. I look forward to it. If you guys didn't catch a hint there, then again, you'll have to wait till a little bit later when they drop the exclusive news. But I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on, Darren. Finally, we've managed to have the conversation. No glitches, no
bad lighting.
No bad lighting as well.
Exactly. I'm prepared today. No worries.
There we go, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you very much, bro.
Have a good one, yeah? Cheers.
Man, take care.
Cheers, bye-bye.
Cool. There you go, people. That was Dillon there from DC Football Academy. Now, you're probably wondering why I overran with Dillon due to my next guest, who was meant to be Ibs from Beatty squad. Unfortunately, cannot come on. But hopefully, I'll be having my next guest come forward a little bit from Goalacticos. So, Goalacticos, if you're watching, get involved. I'm waiting here for you. So yeah, I'm just gonna message them right now. Now, if there's anybody watching that wants to come on now for a quick chat, by all means. FC Infernos, if you're still in the house, by all means, I can drop you the link to this, and then you can come on. We can have a little chat. But in the meantime, I hope you guys are all well. Hope you guys are doing good. And lockdown period is long. I believe this is week 2. Obviously, this is 11th of January, so week 2. So we've got 4 more weeks of this. Great. 4 more weeks of staying indoors. But make sure you guys are getting out there, because once you guys are needed for your football clubs or your coaching roles or for your linesman duties or referee duties, can't be blamed that you didn't have the opportunity to go out there and get fit. Put it that way. So I hope you guys are doing your 5K runs, because otherwise, boy, you're going to be looking sluggish like me. Yeah, as I said, next guest is coming up very soon. We've got Goalacticos from Birmingham. Hopefully they come in a bit sooner than planned. I know they're meant to come in at 8, but due to my next guest who's unable to come in at 7:30, Ibs, we are now without a guest. But I'm just going to have ramble on for you for the next 15 minutes or so until we get Goalacticos coming on. But anyway, as I said before, if you want to come in, I can drop you. In fact, let me drop a message for you guys. Bear me 2 seconds. told you'll be back. So, got the next guest lined up. He's there in the background, so I'm going to bring him in. You ready? I hope you're ready. Oh, he's frozen, so it doesn't look like he's ready. He's fixing his screen. I don't want to just bring you in midway through. Give me the thumbs up when you're ready and good to go. Bearing in mind, he's from Birmingham, so I don't know, man. I don't know what the internet's saying up there, them ways. I mean, it seems to be all right down here in London, so, boy, let me know when you're good to go. Yeah, no. Okay, he's giving me the thumbs up.
Yep.
He's giving me the thumbs up, and you're in, but his internet is looking crazy right now.
Man's kidding. You know what, Jay? I'm going to go onto your internet because I weren't then, you know.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to just remove it from the chat. See, this is the this is what happens when you ain't got decent Wi-Fi. Anyone who's watching right now, feel free to get out about the comment section as well, because if you don't have proper Wi-Fi when you come onto this thing, boy, can't hear you, and the rest of you can't hear me. But anyway, if you're watching in, because I know there is people watching in, just drop us a like, comment, subscribe as well. Going to be trying to do a couple more of these. As I said, there's at least 4 more weeks to go of this lockdown process. So again, if you want more of these team talks, if you want your team to come on here and talk about what's going on with you and your past, then let me know. And obviously you know where to follow us. You can see it right there, where to follow us on Twitter and where to follow us on Instagram, and then where to follow us on the website as well. So I think he's ready to go again. He's giving me the thumbs up, but he's looking very, very sluggish, if I'm being honest. Don't know what's going on with your Wi-Fi up there, you know.
What we saying?
It's okay, but you sure your Wi-Fi can hold out?
Listen, don't. And you know what? You was killing me off. You was killing me off.
Bro, your Wi-Fi is mashed up now.
Oh, it's frozen now.
I'm not frozen.
I know. It was the same as Birmingham and Leeds, remember?
Yeah. What's going on with your Wi-Fi up there? You don't pay your bills up there now?
Oh, it's delayed. That's it. You know what it is? It's delayed because I can see you speaking. It's delayed and you're speaking after, yeah.
Bro, what?
But I'm at my bedrooms.
Are you on your Wi-Fi?
I'm on extension, bro.
The EXT.
Oh,
yeah. Swear down. Oh, yeah, can you hear me though? Clear.
I can hear you, but the delay is so mad. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The delay is so crazy. It's like you're talking and then 10 seconds later it comes through.
Nah, don't even do it. Right there. Oh, you're lying. It's not working at all.
Now I can hear you. I can hear you. It's better now.
Or is it because where I'm?
No, it's leave it. It's fine. Where you going?
Remember your dad was there and I was saying you can't get to reception. What are we saying now?
Yeah, it's fine now, man. I don't know about it was fine before. It's a bit mad now.
Oh, you're lying. Right there. Is it best to go outside?
It was fine before where you were before.
Oh, you're lying. The one time I'm got on here now and it's not working. You can hear me, but you can't see me.
I can see you. Oh, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, he was fine.
Give me strength for there now. All right, cool. What we saying, man? What we saying? You blessed.
I'm good. Are you good?
All right, cool. All right, so listen. Yeah.
You all good?
Then, so yeah. Anyway, so Goalacticos FC, Birmingham.
Yeah.
You've heard a lot about me. Well, now you get to know everything about it. What's going on?
I heard a lot about you, seen a lot about you, but now I can see in the face, in the flesh, man. Okay.
This is killing me, man. Yeah? I'm gonna have to stand up to do the whole damn thing. I don't care.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah?
I'm blessed, bro. It's just like, you know what it is? It's where I am.
You need to go outside
Yeah. All right, so
What's good? I
Well,
see you in the background nodding.
so how Galacticos started. I can hear you, Bless. It's Bless on my side.
My side's fine, bro.
Nah. I can hear, like, I'm Blessed this side, Eddie. Blessed this side. Are you blessed your side? Because let's just start talking. Let's get this going.
I'm good. We're already in.
All right, then, cool. Anyway, so Galacticos, first year. Our got. It's delayed there, yeah. So I'm going to carry on talking because it's delayed. So I'm going to carry on talking. So anyway, so the first year, how Galacticos got sorted. I was playing from a Bridging's team called Spartans FC. And then the team was only a joke thing anyway. Like, we only got together to, like, not even win cups, just play football on grass side and not five side. So I thought, yeah, calm. We lost every single game. Every game on Sunday we lost, but we didn't care. But we got in the cup, we got to the final. So when we got to the final of the cup, we was just there like, okay, we lost in the final, but it was like, yeah, next season, let's get this going. Let's win cups this season. But halfway through that season, when I was doing it with my friend, I was just there like, you know what? I can make my own one. Like, I work at Power League, I work at goals, I work at all of them ones. And like I was saying to my friends here, like, I was refereeing. So I was like seeing all these players, coaching. I was like, yeah, pick, make my team. So yeah, made my team calm. So I made Galacticos first year, the old badge. I don't even want to show you that badge because that badge is disgusting. But yeah. Yeah, horrible. So done the team, but like it was the same like kind of thing that I was doing with the other team, man. I was just playing for fun, like playing to just get jokes and everything. But then we came third, and then we got promoted. So I was just there like, all right, cool. So we're in the first division. So I thought, all right, cool. But this season now, I want trophy, hold up trophy, and everything. But it was like the same kind of what happened in the second season, what happened in the first season, but we finished mid-table, so we didn't get promoted. Knocked out all the cups and everything. So I was like, okay. So I got rid of all of them players. I got rid of all of them, and I got made new ones, got all new ones, and then that's when the season kicked off. I had staff, had sponsors, I had all of this, and I was like, okay, then cool. So it's getting to a point where now it's not like a joke thing. It's like, okay, it's a club. So I did that, did all training sessions, and then came second. Bearing in mind we had 12 points deducted to come top.
What? Why 12?
Okay, so there's a team that you've spoken to. I'm gonna keep quiet. Who plays for them now? He played like I played him allegedly, like I played him. Apparently he had too many yellow cards. So like basically I was like, all right, cool. So like I'm gonna play him because I need him to play him. And then the FA got back to me and says, oh, he's played in 4 games. You get deducted 12 points. Yeah, so it was just deep. So deducted 12 points, came second.
Now, bearing in mind, he spoke to 2 teams from Birmingham. It's not going to be very easy it's not going to be hard to work out.
Wow, you've said it now to the people in the public that you've spoken to over 2 people, so they're gonna know now. So I'm not saying names.
It's not hard to work out, man. I've only spoken to 2 other teams.
If you say the name, you say the name. That's you. But we might say the name later. May I say the name later?
It's either Birmingham Elite or Erdington. Listen, I don't have to. I'm not playing except to Morse here. It's just obvious, isn't it? Like,
okay, all right, cool. We'll speak about that in a minute because I've only got half an hour. I got a lot to say. So that third season, yeah. So basically, yeah. So we came second, 12 points deducted, and then we got to a cup final. So it was like, yes. Oh yeah. Oh no, that's FC. That's FC Wallers though. FC Wallers. Lee's blessed. But anyway, cool. So listen. So got to a cup final. First cup final Galacticos got to. So I was just there like, all right, cool. And I got the whole family, friends, everybody down. And I'm there in my mind thinking straight away, like, yeah, I'm gonna win it. But then I'm thinking I'm bringing the whole of these people down. I might lose. I might even lose. And everyone's come down to watch. You've been seeing all the gram, all my talks and everything. You come down to see it lose. So the cup final happened, and it was no match. We won them 5-0 straight away. 5-0.
Who did you play in the final?
Team called FC Sporting Selly. I've only just recently spoken to the manager of them because they live in Oldham, so they've got a team called Royston Raptors, something like that. Spoke to them, so obviously he's like, "Yeah, I've just seen your name. I remember when you beat us 5-0." So I have to send him a video to remind him. just like, oh, you remember? But like, let me just show you the goals and jog your memories about 2 years ago. But yeah, so done that. So that was blessed. So this is where it all went downhill. So like the lads, like, so we won the cup, everything's good and everything's blessed, but we stayed in the same division because we wanted to win it. But the lads thinking, because we won the cup last season, every game we win now, we expect to win. Like, no matter what, we need to come back with a win, like, no matter how it is. By all means, that's the aim of the game, to come to here to get 3 points. But if you don't put the work in and you're all half-hearted, then you ain't going to get the points. Plus, when you all other teams see Goalacticos FC, you're playing them, they're going to go want smoke with you. You just won the cup. Yeah. You could have won the league. You probably doubled win them last season. When they see you, they're going to pull out ringers. They're going to bring in people. You know what I mean? So it's one of them ones. I don't mind. Like, I'm going to play it the fair way. You already heard. I got 12 points deducted. I'm making sure everything's fair. So, like, all right, cool. So, first game, lost. Second game, lost. Third game, everyone's getting pissed. So I was just there like, all right, cool. So you lads ain't training. You guys expect to win all the time. So it's how it is. So it's like mid-table. It's like winning, losing, winning, losing. It went like how we was playing last season. And I had the same team. So now you see the smile coming out now. So you're ready now. So the lads just did, everyone did this. Everyone just went poof. Everyone. And I said to myself, you know what? I've got my life to sort out. So you know what? I'm going to allow the team at the moment. You know what I mean? Everyone's gone to one side of a team. Yeah. And then all the other teams here and there. So I was just like, all right, cool. But I said to myself, this happened in February, and March, lockdown all happened, or the coronavirus. So all football was done anyway. So I was just there like, you know what? I've done it earlier than what it expected. So I thought I've got from February till now, February till September, to make a new team again. All blessed, different people, and that's how it is. And that's how I've got Goalacticos to not like too late now. So it's just all new people. So everything that you're seeing recently this year, all the new teams. So you've got Oliver who's scoring goals. You've got Flicks.
Whoa. Before you go any further, is it possible to move around? Because again, you're gone back to robotic.
Oh, I don't like move.
Yeah, I want to. No. I don't know what are you on Wi-Fi or your normal phone, or you're on your phone data? Sorry.
Now so if you're on Wi-Fi, we on.
Now go on the phone data, man. Sorry, you gotta eat it up.
Let me see, son.
You're gonna have to use some of your phone data, man.
What we're saying now? I'm on normal data now. I'm on phone data now. So what we saying?
I can hear you, but I can't see you. You're just frozen.
So phone data, you can't see me. You can hear me, and then normal data, I'm moving like a robot. Whoa. So we calm because we was on a roll earlier.
And we were on a roll, but something happened. Something jammed the data or something like that. I don't know. The whole London to Birmingham link up just got abolished.
Yo, it's the vid, man. The vid's got brum, man. It's the vid, man.
Oh, he's back.
Where? Bless?
Yeah, you're back now. Yeah. We're good.
Oh, it's worse now, bro. Yeah? Okay, cool. It's delayed, so you might hear me saying all of that. I'm gonna carry on.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna carry on. Yeah. It's delayed. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, all the videos that you're seeing now is Flicks. So you've seen Flicks, all the videos. I think I've tagged you in a couple of them. So Flicks. Got new keeper Mo. I got him from Streetley. United. They're folded now, so he's like, I needed a team. He's come as a new addition to the team, smashing. Scholes. So you've even put the video on your page, Scholes, with the left foot.
Okay, so yeah. Okay.
So yeah, you got Kid, got a new geezer called Braz. Braz is going in now. So yeah, so now what's going on with all the league is we can't play football. Like, what was more annoying as well, because you're speaking to Birmingham and Elite at the same time. What was going on? Their league was still going on in Borough.
Yeah.
But our league weren't. Erdington United's in our league as well, but they're in Division 2. So all our league weren't happening anyway. Like, all of our league weren't happening. So I was just like, all right, cool. So we've just been playing, training, keeping it calm, don't worry, keeping it calm through everything. Yeah. Training, five-a-sides, everything's just been like, we've just been doing it like that. And everything that I can do that's like not football based, that's what I've been trying to do. So like Strava run the other day. So we've made a Strava team. So we've all the Strava. Done obviously the five-a-side of goals. We ain't lost, 8 wins, 8 in 8. So yeah, like we're just like doing everything now.
So what league are you guys in? Because you said Eddington in Division 2, right? What league are you in?
So we're in Festival League. So Festival League, we're in Festival League Prem. So you got Prem, Div 1, Div 2. Only reason why I think they're in Div 2, because obviously their team is like, they've already just made their new team again, proper again, and because they used to have a team before. Yeah. So I think they've only just made their team again this season because they've got players.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, man. So a kit's coming to you, man. A kit's coming to you real soon, man. Kit don't fucking long.
I hear that. But I just want to know about. I want to hear about this Erdington thing. Where are you going? Oh, he's going to tell you.
Your kit's coming, man. Your kit's coming. Okay. Your kit's coming. That's all I've got to say. Your kit will come, man. Kit Lord's as soon as Kit Lord give me the kit and give me the thumbs up, I'll be like, yo, what's your address? First class, there, man. And I want to see you rock it, man, because like, I think you'll be better in yellow than, say no more. I see you, you know what it is. I see you. You're there with your picture, wearing, yeah. I'm like, all right. I remember we had this talk, we said this there. We said, like, who else in Brum do you, like, I need more Brum followers. So I gave you the people there.
Yeah. Listen, come on.
I'm not saying, but like, I've got, you know what it is? Basically, I ain't going to be like pagan out here. Like, obviously, if everyone's out here doing grassroots football, I'm out here to like promote it, because when I was doing my football team, there was hardly anyone my age. It was like the older people, the older generation. So I was just there like, all right, cool. But all the people that's like my age now, obviously, I'm like in the 20s, going into 30s, doing it now, perfect. I like it. So we need more teams in Brum, like as it is. A lot of teams are folding in Brum. But all I know is, say again.
No, I was just saying, it's interesting you say that. Like, a lot of teams are folding. Why do you think that is?
I don't think people I think everyone's more focused on Saturday and talking about like pro football. Like, I don't think when people think about Sunday football, they think pub, or people in the next day smelling like vodka or hungover. You know what I mean? It's like no one takes it serious. But when proper footballers, i.e. SC Duns, you got Montel, Zach Cancers, them people out there, they should be in first team. Like, you could at least be playing in like League One. Like, you know what I mean? You've got Magic from Takers, big fan. I'm fan of KO5. I actually played a lot of five-a-side football with him when all these national tournaments. So that's why I follow Takers. I like Takers a lot, watch them a lot. Yeah. So seeing all these kind of like proper footballers, like, take it back, like even Montel. So Montel, like, is known through SC Duns. In my eyes, you're known through SC Duns. You could be playing for all these pro teams, but you're known by SC Duns. But then what is SC Duns? Sunday League. You know what I mean? So that's why a lot of people's like, if you got the players to play there and take a commitment and follow your friends in the football, then by all means, it's going to boom off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I fully hear that.
So I feel like a lot of people now and last season are focusing on the Sunday and grassroots football. I think that's why it's booming up. I think if you ain't got the right background and you're not helping everyone out, then you ain't gonna be known to it, and you're just gonna fold the team. You're not gonna be bothered with it.
Yeah, no, you hear that. But talk to me about. Come on, look, you can't skirt over what we talked about earlier, man. I heard you like losing more points than Pippin. You know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? 12 points is a lot of points. So why one? You're not keeping your thing in order, yeah?
Nah, you know what it was? Okay, I've always got. I take it. I think I take it so much serious to myself.
Yeah.
Because I've a lot of money I've put into it, and it's my own thing. You know what I mean? So I thought a lot of things. So at the time, we was playing a team called AFC United. All of this coming to my workplace. All of this, so I was just there like, all right, cool. You know what? When we play, I'm making sure my team's strong and whatnot. We was 15 games, 15 wins, 15 games. Like was calm. Everything was bliss. And we got these next. These beat us 7-4 in a preseason friendly. So I weren't having it. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, cool. So we got these. The video is on my gram. So I thought, all right, cool. And we played them 2-0. And this was the time I just had the new purple kit. We was all taking pictures. Everyone's morale was high. So I was like, yeah, calm. 1-2-0. Pull it up and everything. And that was calm. We played them the week after. And they knew it was all of this. They wanted it. It was all of this. And we're not on that. I'm not on that. My team are playing. My players keeping a blind eye off. Yeah. But this is football. We're here to play football. So there was just there like, you know what? Let's intimidate them. Give them all on the gram and Twitter. Buff them up and all of this. And it got to a point, let me just get to a point. It got to a point where one of their players picked up a corner flag and whacked my player.
What?
Yeah, it's on camera, all of this. And because I went to the league about it and showed them on camera, they've seen the player who has been booked. And then they backtracked the 4 games, and that's how the 12 points got deducted, man. So I shot myself in the foot, but still.
So hold on. The AC United player hit with the corner flag.
Man ran, come like Tim Cahill, ran to the corner flag, picked it up, and just went.
Wow.
I know. I've only can laugh at it right now because then everyone was there like, all right, cool. You know what? We're gonna it's turned to a fight now. It's turned into a ball thing. I can laugh about it now because they're in a different league and that. I'm in here doing my business and happy. So it's one of them ones, man. But they had to go to watch that video, backtrack, seen that player. 12. He's played in 4 games, 12 point deducted, man.
Oh, so that player that hit with the corner flag has then gone on end up playing for you. Is that right? I see.
Oh no. Sorry. No. I got it wrong. Listen to this. So basically, the player who got hit, my player, was the player who was banned for 4 games.
Oh.
So they look and they're like, hold on, he's banned? Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. Shot myself in the foot.
So he shouldn't have been there in the first place, even though he got hit with the corner flag. Right. Okay. All right.
But you know what it is though? It's like the karma came round, but we still won a cup. You know what I mean? We won a cup. Like that season was calm, so I'm more happy. This season now, with the team I've got now, and for whoever's watching and whatnot, I'll say loud and proud, the team I've got now, strong, perfect. I've got loads of staff now. It's not even just me and someone else. I've got a treasurer. I've got camera crew. I've got video. I've got flipping sideline. I've got someone to do to do the net.
Okay. So that's what you need, man. Little community there. So what?
That's what it is.
So you're telling me what? So I'm gonna say you're gonna be the next Kings of Birmingham then? Is that it? Yeah.
Well, okay. So my followers don't look like it and everything like that. But for all you see my content daily. Yeah. I'm one of the only people that content daily. I've got to, even if I've got to post something that was back, I'll make sure like all these new followers are seeing it, and it's happening, man. Like, started this season, I was 500. I've got 200 odd more in a matter of a couple of months. I've got my own business to do for kids, you know what I mean? The family life, man. But like, yo, I'm making sure this side thing that I put money in, yeah. So at the moment, from what I can see out of all the people, social media, bro, yeah. But there is I'm not even gonna lie, like I said, I'm not here to always promote Brum. There's teams in Brum that's like, yeah, they're doing the thing, man. You got FC Ballers, Lee Ewell, who was on there. I'm a fan of them. They're doing their thing.
Yeah.
You've got Birmingham Elite, Farmhouse Beacon, Salty Stallions, Hill United. There's loads, but then the people who pull out and makes
So you're trying to tell me you're the best out of all of them? Is that what you're trying to say?
best social media. I can put it down like that.
Yeah.
Best team, because I need to have been in the Coronation League. If I was in the Coronation League, all the people in there, in my eyes, are the best teams in Brum. So if I was in the Coronation League, that's when you all know who's best in Brum. Now, because obviously this national lockdown's going on, that league looks like it's going to be lock off. Ours might be lock off. So I might just.
So yeah, what, you're gonna go into that Coronation League or what?
No, I'm gonna speak to the lads, man, because even like I was just saying earlier, like their league, their season was still going on, ours weren't. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like, we're missing out football. This is the time. This is the year that we need to get it going on, because we're going on like the right way.
Yeah.
So if I need to like make sure it's football content's going on and football's getting played, then I'll just go there, man. That's how all these teams, about 3 or 4 or 5 of them in this Combination League, were in the Prem of the Festival League that I'm in. They've all left.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So they've all gone there.
So your FC Ballers and your Farmhouse Beacon.
Well, yeah, Farmhouse Beacon, Motive FC, Redwood Rangers, Rickman Rovers, they've all gone over there. But that Prem division, yeah, it's tough still. It's tough.
So that's the main one. That's the main baby, yeah?
Yeah, I'd say Festival was last couple seasons, but now, yeah, that division on its own, yeah, it's sick. So I just wanted to win this cup this season and then go over there next season. So
where was you when before lockdown?
You got to bear in mind, I've got a brand new team in it, so obviously I was making sure they gelled with these lot, and then obviously when we can't.
Yeah, so where was you before all this got locked up? Where were you in the league?
Oh, you gonna say that again? Quiet.
I said before this got locked off, where were you in the league? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So before this.
So yeah, we're suffering, man. We're seventh at the moment. We had 3 games. First game 9-0. Whooped them on the park. He was like, yeah, this looks like our league now. Our league 9-0. It was like, yeah, it was calm. I love the bands. If you're gonna give me the talk on social media, I'll give it back. And then when it comes to Sunday at 10:30 and you watched your UFC the night before and you're hanging, let's see how it's going then. You know what I mean? So 9-0, first one, calm. The second one, Yardley Dynamo. I put the video up today. Yardley Dynamo, we lost 2-1.
Okay.
And they were top at the time, and we were second. Because obviously on goal difference.
Yeah.
And then the third game. Now this is where shit got deep. Sorry. Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
So I'm gonna explain the game, because I'm not even gonna say the scoreline, because man is just gonna be looking at me like this. I'm gonna explain the game properly. So started off nice, calm. There's no excuses as well, because I had 3 subs and man were there, so there's no excuse. I'm gonna give it out to Shire Oak players. I'll give it out to them, Shire Oak players. So I've come out. Bear in mind, they've never beat us as well. I've played them twice and I've beat them twice. So yeah. So come out. Everyone's playing. They scored straight away, 1-0, and I was like, all right, cool. And then it was, what was it? I think it was 2-1 at halftime. 2-1 at halftime. And I thought, all right, this is all right. How did it end up being 7-2 then?
What?
Man got Aston Villa, Liverpool. Exactly. You got that's the biggest defeat we've had in history. I think the biggest defeat before that was like 3-1 or 3-0. I've never got 3 more goals like that passed by me, and that was a realization to look. You gotta what am I saying to them at full time? I was just giving them the eyes like,
I'm sorry.
you don't even deserve to have the oranges that I cut up. Like, yeah, it was deep.
Oh my days. 7-2.
So, 7-7-2. So think of the pain that I'm going through and the lads are going through. It's like, man, the last game we've was 7-2. So we've got no competitive football, and that was November. You lot been playing London and that been playing in December, so that's in November. We ain't played. Everyone's still pissed. So yeah, so we played a couple. I had a couple friendlies. Brought it back. It's calm, but it's not the same thing when you're like not playing competitive football.
Yeah.
But yeah, 7-2. And you know what it was? It was just goal after goal. And you know the best? We're recording it.
You're
recording it. They're not recording it.
You're thinking, no, this. Lock it up.
And then I looked at the person who records it, Shannon. I looked at her. She was up the hill, innit? So I was like getting all the views and that. And I looked at her like this. And then she looked at me like, she looked at me like, yeah, you know what? I got eyeballs, James. I got eyeballs. Just yeah. Don't bother. And what makes it even worse? What makes it worse is that the rude as well, you know. Shiro bears the rude because I went on their website. I thought, you like don't post a lot, but you got a website. Went on their website, and then the cheek to take my pictures that we take on the day and put it on their website and not have the same kind of captions that I've had. I always had captions like, I'm a defender winning the ball and my strikers shooting the ball. But they've got their players in the background, like holding my players or something like that. So I went on their website, looked at their caption, Goalacticos FC can't get in the ball. Shiro Bears getting the ball and all of this. So I'm there like, you know what? I can't even chat shit because you actually won 7-2. So it's one of them ones, man. But you know what it is? I'm one of these, like, if whatever happens on the day, I will make sure the public knows what the result is.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. Because I'll tell you what, some teams.
Oh yeah. So we're not used to losing. We're not used to preseason. And preseason was killing it. Preseason was like, if I have to whap out preseason results, then by all means, like we won 13-2 against a team. Yeah, what? But I'm out here blagging. But so preseason we done like was blessed. Like we had 10 games, 7 wins, 3 losses. Played a lot of sick teams, and then now it's this one. But what we're doing now is I've already hooked up preseason friendlies already, a lot in London, so you're gonna have to come to them. So I've got Kamazi strikers. That's a defo.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a Kit Lord Cup because they've got Kit Lord on their top. We've got Kit Lord on ours, so obviously it's gonna be a Kit Lord Cup. So yeah, we've got Kamazi strikers.
Yeah,
we've got Takers FC. That's spoken, done.
Yeah.
Mylan Beatties.
Yeah.
JK Silverton, that's Essex, but yeah.
Man's bare networking from the teams I put out, you know.
Yes, fam.
The networking, all the teams I reckon I was like, yeah. Okay, well, you just got through my list or something, yeah.
Yeah, well, you know what, listen, it was Twitter. You must have put out a Twitter and bare teams, and I thought to myself, you know what? Let me see what they're saying. Let me see what they're saying. Let me see you saying. And you know what it is? It's just mutual love. They must have run on my page. Like, follow. Like, follow. Like, follow. And you know what it is? That's the love of grassroots football, man. Like, obviously, if we're all there connecting together, then by all means, man. And then if I have to go, you had Newcastle somewhere up. Newcastle, I was on the post. Yeah. I'll go, yo, listen, let's make it up Newcastle. 0121. I don't even know their code. But
0191. 0191, I think it's.
That's disgusting. Sorry, Newcastle. That's wrong, man. But yeah. So yeah, I've got them. And I've even spoken to Mitch, man. Spoken to Mitch from SC Duns to get these. I want the proper people, obviously. If I'm a fan of all of Dolby and Big G and Montel and
Zach.
Nathan Palmer, you know what I mean? I'm a fan of them.
Yeah.
But I'm still a fan of Mad B and all of them ones. But they like to say that you can play the X1, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say no, because you know what I mean? Because one, we're still out here to play football and promote it, so that's the main thing. And I'm gonna do a charity event for it. It's not gonna be like, yo, you're promoting Galacticos FC when you play us. You know what I mean? There will be a charity thing that will come out to it, so it will be something done. So I don't even think they've come to Brum. They've come to somewhere near Brum, Tamworth. That's not main Brum. Don't.
Yeah, listen, bro. I lived in Coventry for 3 years. I know where Brum is, bro. Don't worry.
You know what I mean? See, yeah, I mean. So I want it bang mid Brum, like sort it out. They come over and come. So he said it's sorted. Like they've told me July, but we don't know what's going on from now to July. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
So until I know Barry starts being enough and it's all calm and like we all speak and like it's week in, week out, and no, they're not in their league and we're in our league. Let's get this going, man. I'm out here to travel. Man's got mileage to go.
You know, one thing I got from this whole conversation I'll rate is the fact that you've used this time well and to network. Because all them 5 teams you mentioned there, all obviously I'm aware of as well. And yeah, I'm glad you used that time to network. So fair play to you. And again, if anyone else listen to this, because I know there's a few Brom teams in here as well, do the same as well. I know everyone says, yo, Roots, hook us up and all the rest of it. Yo, you got things as well, you know, like
yeah,
so.
Man.
Network. Let's make it happen.
Yo, you gotta do it, man. If you're out here to like up your bedroom stuff, your bedroom's picture when they just got red bottoms on kitchen counter and like that's all the pictures that you want to like up. Yo, your bedroom's out here cooking food now, yeah, and making money in that, like that stuff up, man. Share that stuff, you know what I mean? I got a boxer. You know what I mean? I'll share everyone, man. Yo, it's all love, man. That's what it is, man.
Bro, I've got to share a couple comments as well. So Lee's still in here saying FC Baller's got the best internet connection.
Look how man are killing me off. Look at this. FC Baller's got the best internet connection in Brum. You know what, Lee? Alright, safe. Lee, you know what? Listen, I can't even say nothing because my internet and my even in my own house, you know, I've prepped this, you know.
Yeah.
I've come from my house, who's running on like little like internet, to come to my brethren's yard for you to say that I'm moving like robot. Yeah, the internet, yeah, it's just Brum. It's Birmingham, man.
Oh man. And then you got
like us, man.
You got Erdington in the house going on Galacticos. So yeah, there you go. When are we gonna see that game? I want to see that game. Shout out to Erdington all the time.
He said, you know what, Lee? You know what? Thank you. You remind me. You like to do this thing. You like, yeah.
Me? What have I done?
Listen.
Wait,
the last time you was on a call with them, innit? You was on a call with them, innit? And then they said, Galacticos can hold smoke anytime, innit? That's what they said, innit? So
I thought you said that.
All I know is no, you didn't say that. They said it. So if for them to say that and for them to have half of my old team, yeah, it will be a good reunion. You know what I mean? For me, it will be a reunion for me. It won't be a matchup. It will be a reunion. So I don't mind. They've got to ask me. I don't mind. I'm not out here.
So what are we saying then are they correct in the fact that you're going to hold smoke? I saw a lot of smoke coming from your mouth earlier. So is that right?
Oh, see, look here. You did it again. See,
what are you on about? What? I didn't do that.
I'm down. And listen, I lived in Edison. Edison's around the court. Edison's just Dessa. I'm down. Listen, if we need to book a ref, book linesman, book police on sideline, I don't care. Like, yeah.
Lord.
Listen, look at the whole smoke in it. But let's take that.
Nah, not smoking in friendly.
Joking, I'm joking.
Right.
Nah. But you know what it is? Nah. Like I said, we can definitely get that matchup going, man, because they're out here as well, man. They're on the Twitter, they're on the Insta, they're on Facebook. They're doing their thing, man. So by all means, like they're doing their thing, man. So it'd be a good matchup for the social media to see that Brum thing, because I was thinking of even making a Brum Cup, man. Like all these people, like I've said, myself, like I've just said, and make myself like an 0-2-1 cup. See how there's a London Cup? I like how there's a London Cup. There's not a Birmingham Cup. There's not a Birmingham Cup.
I mean, look,
So,
look, I'm hearing rumours that the reason why you're coming down is these teams because you're running.
oh, 1 minute. Say that again. Sorry, say that again.
I said there's rumours that the reason why you're playing all these teams in London is because you're running from all the teams in Birmingham.
What team? Please tell me the team. I'm down. Like,
I'm serious. You mentioned about 5 teams, they're all down in London, but you mentioned no teams in Birmingham. So is that the reason why? Are you running from the teams? Like, are you running?
The league going in it? As soon as leagues are done, I'm not going by you saying information for me to have to be spilling out like this because you're trying to feed something in my head. But I don't mind if league. We already played league. We already played FC Ballers, or I've already played Power. I haven't played Farmhouse Beacon. I already know about them a couple seasons ago. I haven't played. I haven't played Ernington. So yeah, like I'm down out here. If you're not gonna promote your business on social media, I'm going for the people who's promoting themselves. You know what I mean? And that's why them 5 teams have said.
So when you played FC Ballers and when you played Power, what was the results against them?
Very, very tight games. Like tight. Like no one was, like I said, I ain't out here flipping losing 7-2 normally. Don't think that's like my daily thing, you know. But like Power, and that was actually with our good team. So Power was not preseason before. That was 2-1. They scored I'm not even lying, they scored a banger. 90th minute. Really the flipping egg. Scored it outside the box. Top corner. You know what makes it worse? When the goal goes in off the crossbar, it gives you that extra spice. You know what I mean? Like
old school power goals.
I'm not putting my head out here or big. Like man, know me from for football. That's what it is. They're like, I've got a very unique last name of Heaven, James Heaven. So they're like, oh, okay, cool. They know the name. So really, me and really are friends in it. So he banged that, ran up to me, and he's like. So I was like, yes, it's like it was a banter thing. So I was like, all right, safe. And then Ballers, that was preseason. That game needed to go ahead because we got to the semi-final of the Brum County Cup, and they got to the semi-final of the Brum County Cup. But like I said earlier, I've allowed the team, they got through. So we had to fold. Like obviously we forfeit the match. So, but that match didn't go ahead. The final didn't go ahead because of COVID. So pre-season, I was like, Lee, let's get this game going, man. Like let's get this game going. To me, and I think he probably could say the same thing. It was a dry game in my head. It was a dry game because of all the talent you've got and all the talent I've got, we expected to bring out way more. But it was like it was a dry game. They scored a header, flipping green giant 8-foot geezer, jumping off from a 4-foot geezer. I swear, just did this. Scored. Yeah, it was annoying, and it was right in my face. 1-0, and then that was it. So it was a 1-0 match. Bare crossbars, bare posts. But yeah, it was just 1-0 dry game in my eyes. But I know
so
they've got.
Are you trying to tell me you lost both games? Is that what you're trying to say? The long and short of it.
Yeah, but okay, you know what? I just I see how you don't want to come out and drop my videos, ones that are there moving off from video, and see, all right, cool. All right.
Oh man,
but
funny.
Yeah, I hold it. Like I said, I hold it. I'm not used to be losing anyway. I'm not used to losing. So for me to use it, like losing, it's an experience for me, different kind of one.
Okay, so like going forward now, what is the plans for you guys? Like obviously you mentioned the 5 teams that you're coming down to play, potential SE Dons as well. Anything else that's coming in the pipeline that we need to look out for?
So what's going on now is I'm waiting for it's all like stages. So we've got badges, we've got another camera coming through. So it's all just building I think this kind of, it sounds bad, but this lockdown is helping me just build more stuff for the club. You know what I mean? We ain't on a timeline of playing the game and need this in time, playing the game and need this in time. Everything's just getting set now. You know what I mean? I'm out here on my own, so it's no hard. No, I ain't got sponsors like that. I've got one sponsor who's out here. He helps me out. You know what I mean? That's the one sponsor. Actually, and then you got Showy Promotions, but obviously it just gives a little money here and there. There ain't no one out here is like, boom, here's your big set of money, take it, and that's it. It's not like it's my own money. So just time by time doing all of this, the lads putting in their money in that now, yeah. So it's just building a bank account, everything's done. So as soon as we get the AOK of next season going forward, YouTube channel, that has to happen. That's the only thing that I ain't got, and a website, and the website's getting done like how we speak.
So YouTube channel could get done tomorrow, tonight. What are you waiting for that for?
I want it fresh. I want it fresh. Okay, you know what it is? This is when YouTube channel can get done. You see when season starts. Okay, then when season starts again, I promise the socials, yeah, YouTube channel can get done then.
You're waiting for that, man. And again, the other thing you missed out is the shirt, man. We're waiting for that to drop. We're waiting for mine.
Yeah, yours is done goal, man. You know what it is? Kit Lord, like, obviously, I'll give them big ratings because they get their distribute from somewhere else. So it's like them to them do that, them to them. I mean, it's one of them ones. I paid for all of this October, got it in November, so it's a month wait. But for how they look, it's worth it, man. It's worth the wait, man. Don't worry. Listen, pour me that. You get it in a pack, man. Look.
Jeez.
You get it in a nice little pack. You get your short socks. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got your name at the back, Roots TV. Spelled correct, don't worry.
Jeez.
See, it was supposed to be a surprise, but I was going to ask you what number you wanted, man. But don't worry, man. Don't worry.
All right. Don't give me no dead number.
You might get 0121. That's at the back.
0121.
So you know it's from Bum, man.
Now, one of the best things to come out of this, obviously I love speaking to you, and I'm glad we sorted out the internet connection, but the takeaway from this is a Birmingham Cup, because like you mentioned, there's a London Cup, very prestigious down here. Everyone takes pride in it and all the rest of it. But for the teams that are listening in, for the other teams that we've all mentioned before, Birmingham Cup, even starting small and then expanding from there, that needs to happen, because that would be the drive grabbing up to. Because I'm more interested in seeing that. I want to see who you
know what it is. It gives a lot of people who don't even. Everyone knows Brum of like what a second city or whatnot, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it gives a lot of people to know about Brum football anyway. That's like I give you ratings a lot though. I give you so much ratings because the people that you pull out is mainly from you lot that are getting all these people from. You know what I mean? Mainly from going on your page, all these posts that you do daily, and even from doing Scholes' first video when you distributed that helps us a lot. So when you're doing that for a lot of teams, for people who's got millions of followers that probably take like a pinch of salt, to people who's got 60 followers that think it's, yo, listen, I'm famous now. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. It's like, it helps, it works. So, I rate that.
I'm really glad. And again, as long as that, because I've heard that a few times, and now just even hearing it from you, I like to hear that. Like, it's getting people together, people are then playing each other, and it's helping the community grow. It shouldn't be a divide between London and Birmingham. It should be everyone playing each other. And now I'm hearing,
man,
I'm here for it. So,
because I think that was mainly what before we chip, and obviously before you have to get off to doing that car. I know you got a load of people to do videos. It's just that when I think your Fresh TV, a lot of people, because you are doing this now and all these little competitions and shouting us out on when we're doing our thing, this is gonna get us next season, and a lot of teams going to Liverpool, Manchester, Newcastle, Brum, and whatnot. Obviously, if like COVID's done, and then obviously that's when you're helping your team expand more as well. So it's worked out nice.
No, I appreciate that, man. Thank you, man. Thank you for joining me, bro. That's been good. It's been delightful, man. And next time,
stop well, I gave Birmingham a bad name about internet, man. So don't be saying no more about that, man.
You did, not me, bro. Anyway.
All right, safe, bro. Listen, I'll speak to you soon, all right?
Yeah, take care, brother.
Bless.
Bless. Oh, there we go, man. What a guy. Next guest coming in. He's just sorting out his camera. Is Manny. How we doing, Manny?
Hi, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly, man. I mean, the last internet connection on the previous phone call was a bit dodgy, but this is hey, man. This is fine.
All good.
So, yeah, just talk to me again about yourself. I mean, how are you doing, first of all?
Yeah, well, as you know, we was trying to do this last week, but unfortunately, I tested for COVID positive over the last 10 to 12 days. So last week I was in my bed, fever, coughing, so I couldn't really, not the right time to do a podcast, but yeah, feeling much stronger. Unfortunately, it's in the whole house. My 2 sons have it, and now my missus has it. So, we're all just lying low a little bit, but I feel much stronger this week.
Yeah, it's good to hear that. And hopefully, the rest of your family recover just like you have as well. Manny, the reason why I want you to be here is obviously just to get to know a little bit more about Enfield Borough, because, I've been seeing you, or seen your team pop up for a while now. So I want to learn a little bit more about Enfield Borough. So just talk to me about a brief story about, the story of Enfield Borough.
Yeah, so well, the 2 chairmen that got the club together, Marvin Walker and Aaron Archer, 2 very inspirational men, really. Both dabbled with the pro game when they were younger, and then had careers in the semi-pro game, etc. And, I think it got to a stage in their lives where they thought that their football system had let not only themselves down, but a load of their peers and a load of people down. So they came up with the idea. You've seen that banner, 2 men with a dream. They literally are that. They decided, what, enough's enough. We're going to start our own football club, where it can be almost be for those people that the actual system lets down for whatever reason, and go from there and give youth. Their main mantra was to give young players a starting point in the senior game, and see where that could take them in their careers, and in their very first season, they've been going 5 seasons now. In their very first season, they had a boy called Romany Critchlow, who's now a pro at Huddersfield, scored on Saturday in the FA Cup against Plymouth. So someone like that started at Enfield Borough, and is now playing championship football. So you can see the idea of the club and what they wanted to do, almost from the initiation in the first year, started to get some really good progress. Me myself, it's my 2nd year there, and it's a bit of a marriage, really. I've been managing other football clubs where, either the club didn't want to bend to some of the ideas I had, or I didn't want to bend to the way the club was going, and so on. Whereas at Enfield Borough, I can be Manny, and that suits the club, and the club's ideas and all their sort of philosophies suit me. So no one has to bend. We've just netted really well and can work forward. So yeah, it's my 2nd season. Unfortunately, COVID has done away with this season, but yeah, looking forward to what the future can bring for the club and myself.
Yeah, same here as well. And again, you've got a lot of support in the comment section. So again, make sure you say the right things, man. 2nd season in, how are you finding it? How are you kind of adjusting to being the lead guy?
Yeah, I think as a club, as I said, the mantra of the club is to give young players a foothold in semi-pro football. And I think what we've had to change this season is yes, we love the platform for the young players, but we have to bring a few senior players to be in and around them and guide them whilst we're on the pitch, because I do the job with Sean. As you know, we're a joint management team, and it's a lot of hard work. You almost feel like you're playing PlayStation sometimes, having to guide the players on the pitch and almost make their every decision for them. And it's like they need a few experienced players on the pitch to help and guide them and get me and Sean's messages across. So we done that this season, and to be fair, it was it was working. It was working. You know, pre-season there was a real big vibe that this year we might have just got the right combination, and then Sod's law, as I said, you know, COVID has come and absolutely torn the whole thing apart. So, but yeah, so that's what I would say. Second season in, the learnings were getting one or two older players to go alongside the younger ones to knit it all together for us.
Yeah, that's what you need sometimes, you know. I mentioned it earlier, that age-old saying that you can't win anything with kids, even though, you know, Manchester United end up winning stuff with young people, but it's also nice to have that youth and experience blended together. So, no, it does make sense. Talk to me about some of their successes. You mentioned one of them earlier, coming from Enfield Borough to the Championship. Talk to me about others.
So there's other successes. So we obviously we play at the moment in the Spartan Div 1, which if you look at your pyramid, we're called step 6. We're in the step 6 of the pyramid. So for me, we've got a player. This is just what happened last year. We had a striker, Ali Bangura, for example, who from the start of the season to Christmas, I think he had scored something like 17 goals in a very short space of time. And then he left us and went on to play for a couple of teams, a league above us, but then continued scoring goals and then ended up where this season he started a pre-season at Hemel Hempstead, which is a Conference South club. And then they've consequently loaned him back down to Berkhamsted and so on. But for him to have been playing step 6 football literally last season and then to start this season at a Conference South football club is another version of success. And what is good is Ali was one of the boys. He's right there. So this is not somebody I've magicked up. The boys in the changing room were sitting down with him and can feel the work that he put into his game and see the progress that he's had in his career. So he's one. Early again, before I got to the club, you must have heard the name PK Humble. PK, you know, he's quite a big player out there in the scene. Again, he was at Enfield Borough. So and just last week, I think he scored a goal for Baintree, you know, because he's doing his trade in Baintree. So we've got loads of players that have gone from our little humble beginnings and are making decent careers, semi-pro careers, if not professional careers, in the game. And that's what we're about. As I said, we're about being that first entry point for young players in senior football, and then where they go from that is up to their dedication and desire and their work ethic.
And that must be like inspiring for some of the young players who are watching this, because there's a few obviously from your team. They must be hearing these names and thinking to themselves, that could be me next, right? So how do you get that message across to them and say, look, have you seen these 2 or 3 people that are now playing, you know, semi-professional or whatever, like this could be you next? How do you kind of get that message across?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that Marvin and Aaron did is they're very big on the media and the presentation of what they've done. So everything's documented. We have, I must admit, when I came to Enfield Borough, it's the first club that has got a dedicated cameraman that I've seen at our level of football. You know, we've got a lovely guy, Nigerian guy, Ife. I mean, I love him to death, but he comes to every game, home and away, cameras, tripods, and he's filming and he's filming and he's filming. So when you say, how do we get the message across? It's all documented. We have all the video of all these guys, and any new player coming to the club can go onto our YouTube and onto our Instagram and see the previous footage of these guys, see what they were doing, and then aspire to be like them. So we have visual documentation of what's gone on. That as well is, you know, I feel like I'm a bit of a father figure to everyone. You know, that's been how I handle my ship, you know. From youth football, I had a team where I had them when they were 7, took them to they were 12, and about 90% of that team went to academies. And my own son was in that team. And I used to say to the parents, you know, your son is like my son. You know, everybody in the team is like my son. And that's how I've kind of run my football teams and my ship. So Enfield Borough is no different. I see all those boys as my sons, and I want the best for them. And we try and push them. I'm hard. You've seen some of the videos. I'm very hard with them when it needs to be that way, and also very, very appreciative of their efforts when it also needs to be that way. And then we just see where we can go, because there's a lot of potential in the club. It's not just about the players, it's for everybody. Like I said, we got a cameraman that's getting his stuff out there, and his stuff is very professional. So who knows where that might go for him in terms of a career and so on. You know, so we're about progressing people. You know, not just the players, the managers, the coaches, the cameramen, anybody who's part of the club will try and help you get to the highest of whichever angle or discipline you want to go into.
Okay. Now, you mentioned one thing that I definitely wanted to speak to you about. You talked about some of the messages and some of the videos. Now, there's one video in particular. I didn't actually get on it, but the people listening in, you can find it on my page. I find it on, obviously, Enfield Borough's page. It's a very passionate talk about, best ways to summarize, it's more about, as a black person, you have to work that extra 10% or 15% or 100% harder, to paraphrase. Talk to me about how that message came about, what game was it, and the reason why you delivered that message.
Yeah, so as I say, I'm a very emotional character. That's first and foremost. I'm one of those, that saying of wearing your heart on your sleeve, that's me. That saying was literally made for someone like me. And it goes without saying that having a club where the chairmen are black, so you have two black chairmen that are running this football club. You have two black managers that are running the club from the side. You know, I don't know too many places where you've got a setup like that. So the effort and the struggles that have gone into getting this up and running, you kind of want the players that represent it to understand when they cross the line exactly what it is you're representing. It's not just another game of football. And I'm a bit old school when it comes to this sort of stuff. So I know you've had a lot of, you know, like these YouTube teams on prior to before me. So there's a lot of football going on, and you can have a player that plays on a Friday, Saturday, 2 games on a Sunday, and so on. So the players themselves are playing loads and loads of football. It's just another game. But we just need them to know that when you put on the Enfield Borough shirt, there's a little bit of significance that comes with that. And that particular game, we went away to a team at Shefford, going towards Milton Keynes type area. So it was quite a far away game. I had worked, because I'm a coach at Wickham Football Club. So I had worked that evening with some of our elite players, and then I made the journey up to Shefford. So Sean had taken the team to start off with, because by the time I got there, the game had already kicked off. And I was just watching this game, and there seemed to be just a little lack of an edge to our game. And, you know, the referees, one of those areas where you feel the referee's not giving you anything, you know, the linesman, nothing's going your way. And then your players are not giving you the extra 10% as well. So I left at halftime, because obviously I wasn't there at the beginning. So I let Sean deal with the halftime talk and everything. Second half, we've come out, we've given it a bit of a fight, but still not really where I needed it to be. And so when we went back in for the talk at the end of the game and the debrief, a lot of things came out of me, as you saw in the video, you know. And it was, I've never really wanted to bring up the ethnicity side of what we do. We're just human beings running a football club. The fact we're black or white or pink, it doesn't really make a difference. But I felt that day in particular, I just felt they needed to hear our story, what it means. What do you know what it's taken for Marvin and Aaron to get a football team up and running in a league setup that's been running for hundreds of years? Do you know that you don't just wake up one day and that happens? You know, there's a lot of things that go behind that. And for me and Sean, two black guys on the sideline managing and coaching you, some of them players are oblivious of some of the stuff we have to take and hear and go through. They probably don't even know it's happening. So I just guess that particular day, it just all came out of me. And I thought, you know what, guys, you really need to understand, if you're going to play for this club, Enfield, I don't care who else you're playing for on a Sunday or Monday or Friday, but when you're playing for this club, this is what it means to the people in charge and behind the scenes, and you need to kind of carry that out with you when you cross the line. And that's what came out in that debrief that you saw.
And with that debrief, do you feel like it hit home? Did you think it rattled a few people and thought, you know what, that's actually true? Like, everything's laid out for us. All we got to do is turn up and play. Like, they set up.
It was,
Yes.
It was a turning point. You know what our parents, you know, as we look back at our parents and we bring out, if you keep hearing the same voice or the same things all the time, sometimes, you know, it just becomes noise, isn't it? But because that's the first time you've heard it and it's bam, and it's like, wow, Manny, where's that come from? It really, I felt, and it's probably a changing point. And then what we saw as a club is, since that, because that was way back before this whole Black Lives Matters and all of that started coming up. And then all of a sudden it was like, wow, you know, we've got managers and chairmen that were talking certain things before it's actually coming out now more and more in the public domain and so on. So for us as a club, I feel it was a turning point. For the players that are coming in, I think they understand the fight. They do understand the fight now, and as much as we want it all to be a level playing field, it's not always that. It's not always that, and sometimes you do have to be 10% better or 15% better, or work a little bit harder to get your points. Yeah, I believe now it's almost like when you come into the club, it's not just about being a young player anymore or being a good player anymore. This is like, do you also fit into the mantra and the mode of the club and the people behind it? And when you cross the pitch, do you represent us? You know, some of that is coming into it. And as I said, I think this season we had actually cracked it and had a real buzz behind the scenes. The group were really clicking together. We've brought in some real inspirational guys. We've got a guy that's joined us this season called Sevda. He was Charlton under 18 captain whilst he was there, you know, and again, another one that the system spits out for whatever reason. And he's coming to our camp and he's absolutely got everyone together, you know, real character. He's only 19, 20 himself, but he's really got everyone by the balls and just, you know, so yeah, this season was going to be something special for the club. So I'm just hoping that, you know, when we do get let back out, you know, lockdown 3 is upon us right now, but when we do get let back out there, that we can actually try and fulfill the next stage of our story, because there's layers to Enfield Borough. Yeah, and I think that we're just about to show you another layer of what we're about.
Shout out Sevda and the rest of the Enfield Borough team as well. And again, hopefully Boris will let us out to play soon, because this lockdown 3 sounds like a bad movie.
Yeah.
What's the plans going forward then with you guys? What are you guys looking to do? Because, you know, you're forever trying to push people on to the next level. I get that. You know, you've got a full team behind you, whether it be coaching staff, whether it be media team and all the rest of it. I get that. But what's the plans for the rest of the team on the pitch and off the pitch? What's the vision?
Yeah, so that's a loaded question. We play our football at Wingate and Finchley. We ground share at Wingate and Finchley. Originally, they were at Enfield Town, and then we've moved over to Wingate and Finchley. So in terms of the ground and the facility, we probably have one of the best stadiums and arenas for the level of football we play into. That coupled along with the fact that we have all our games filmed and so on. So we don't operate under any budgetary system. So the players don't get paid for playing for Enfield Borough. You know, it's more like this is a platform and a stage for you. And you know, you have the right staff behind you and will help you on your way, but you won't physically get money for playing for us. That in itself means we're limited in terms of the competition, because there's teams, believe it or not, even at our level, that are paying players 200, 250, 300 to play step 6 football, you know. Wow. Which is like, so that has just changed the sort of competition of the teams you're playing against is ridiculous. So in terms of,
can I just pause you there?
You can.
200, 250 to play at step 6.
And I've been moderate with what I've just said as well. I know one particular player that's on even more than that. So there's money.
There's money
there. Of course it is. At our level as well. So you talk about at our level, where most teams will be together twice a week, max. You know, so you can easily have a day job and do whatever else you're doing. And if you've got some clubs that are willing to pay that amount of money as well, you'd be a fool not to take it. So yeah, so back to how that affects us.
Carry on. Yeah,
it means obviously when I, as a manager, when you first get into the game, you're thinking I want to manage as high as I can get and so on. As I told you, Enfield Borough is a great relationship and a marriage, and I really love what we're doing here. But now, in terms of, is Enfield Borough going to become a step 5 club, a step 4 club, and go up the pyramid? It's limited in terms of, with no budget. You know, competing against teams that are going to be paying such a budget, you're kind of, in terms of promotion and going as high and higher and high up the ladder you're going to get, is not our primary goal. And I've had to adjust my inner competitive nature to understand that. Because when I first joined, it was like, right, I want to get out of this division ASAP. You know, we can't be operating down here, blah, blah, blah. So our mantra is more now about the welfare of the players. That's what we're looking at. When I say the welfare, so now I'm talking about the club was set up originally, like I said, got a player like Romney, who you expose, give senior football, bam, bam, bam. He then goes and gets signed by a championship club. Now, as Enfield Borough, how do you protect yourself for that? When I say protect yourself, what sort of, surely you've done so much for that player and he goes, what do you get back in return? You know, and it's having a system in place where if we're going to be a vehicle for young players and then get them in, as long as the club's livelihood can be maintained and it can be appreciated what we're doing at this level, that's where we need to get it at. So the work behind the scenes is how do we sort of safeguard ourselves, or not safeguard, maybe I'm using the wrong words, but do you understand? If we can get players through the system and into the professional game, if there's a way of making sure that our club is maintained and has some subsistence still, that's what we're looking for. So it's not really a promotional thing about going as high as we can up the ladder, but it's more making sure that we have a right environment, that young players who perhaps get turned out of an academy want to come to Enfield because they know they have a good coaching philosophy and are able to turn you around and get you back into the system. So that's what we're working on at the moment.
Almost like a bit like an agency, if you like, the fact that, because otherwise, like you said, it's got to be sustainable. You're putting all of this on, you're getting camera crew down, and that's not anything cheap by all means. I mean, I know.
Of course.
And then all of that stuff, and then for them to then go on and blossom, which you want, you just want a little something back, just to say, not only just to say thank you, but to kind of help the club sustain itself. Because again, running a club is not cheap by any means.
Exactly.
And
it's
you know that.
And it's like that's been my dream right from the off. So if you probably don't know, but my sort of tag, as it were, on Twitter and YouTube and that is called One Life Soccer. That's what I'm about, One Life Soccer. Because for me, you only get one life, as you know. You only get one life. Yeah. And for me, my one life has all been about football. Almost, I must have been kicking the ball as soon as I came out of my mum. You know what I mean? I've all been about football from day one. So that's what I visioned. I visioned right from when I was young, going to uni and all of that. I always had this vision of, can I have a club that you can turn out young players, get them into the system, and still in a way be managing them or looking after them as they go through whatever it is they go through, almost have a cradle to death kind of scenario. And I see Enfield as being able to put itself close to that. So you've got the stadium, you've got the coaches, you've got the media. Now the only thing kind of missing is that whole managerial aspect of the players as you push them on. But as I said, it's all in the plans. There is a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, and I heard one of your previous guests talking about the work that can be done under lockdown. So yes, lockdown is a very terrible thing, and you're stuck at home. But on the other side of the fence, it means you've got more time to plan and strategize and get things done for when we do open up. So that's the one missing piece, I think, but its plans are underway to fix that.
Okay. I suppose last but no means least, the last question I want to ask you is just if you've got any advice for anyone watching this, whether it be a player, whether it be a coach wanting to get into the game, if it's a young player who wants to work on something during lockdown, even what would it be?
So football is the one thing why we all love football is it's accessible to all, isn't it? Everybody can go and play the game. Now the differences between those that play semi-professional, play higher semi-professional, go into the professional game, the differences are very subtle, but they're there. And boys, even from when I was back in the day, I used to play with Junior Lewis, who went on to play, in the Prem for Leicester and so on. But when we were all in the change room, the difference between someone like me and a Junior Lewis was he loved the game. the ins and outs. You know, you could picture Junior when we all wanted to now go raving or go down. You can almost picture that Junior would have been doing extra with the football. You know, so we all like the game, but do you really love it? Are you really to go over and beyond? So there's a bit of it, you know, coaching inside the academy system. We always used to say things about desire. You can't really put desire into players. And that's what I think. You can work on your touch, you can work on parts of your game, you can definitely hire a one-to-one coach and work on your fitness. But that desire and hunger to be the best on the football pitch, to be better than my peers in a training game. You could be playing a 5v5 possession game in training. Do you really want to be the best there? You know, the ones that have gone on, I find that they have that. They have that real desire to be the best all the time. And that would be my question. That if you really want to make this your career, you know, believe in yourself, that's definitely there, but you've got to want to be the best in your environment, no matter what that environment is. You know, it could be, like I say, a five-a-side possession game. It could be playing for your school team, playing for your Sunday team. Whatever environment you're in, there's got to be this clear where your peers will look around and say he was always destined for it because he went over and beyond. You know, so there's lockdown going on. We asked our players, for example, to show little videos of them trying to keep themselves fit, you know, and even a little task like that, you saw some guys straight away showing themselves going up Epping Forest and Epping Hill and doing all this stuff, whilst others were like showing a little bit that they were doing that in their little home gym and so on. So I'm not saying one was more than the other, but you could, even in these video clips, you can see the ones that really are trying to do the extra and keep themselves as fit as they can be for whenever we go back. So yeah, listen, let no one ever tell you you're never going to make it, because people develop at different stages. You know, that's another thing I've learned through the game. You know, not everyone at 9 is destined to be an academy footballer. But then there's some players that go in at 9 that are back out by the time they're 14 because they just haven't developed the way. And then the kid that was no good at 9, at 14, now goes into the academy and is one of the best in there. I've seen all these scenarios happen. So never let anyone tell you you're never good enough, but just always be committed and show great desire to whatever it is that you put your mind to.
There you go. You heard it from the gaffer, people. If you're from Enfield Borough, again, hope you've been listening in as well. You got 4 more weeks of this lockdown free. So what are you making out of it to make sure that you're coming out of this straight out the gate? So there you go, Manny.
And Roots, one thing just before I go, just like your show here, I think is quite inspirational, and I do love the way you are, you know, connecting with grassroots teams and grassroots managers and coaches, players, and giving them a voice. And it's also been inspirational for us. So to the point where we're now even thinking about starting our own little podcast, and getting, because there's a lot of coaches, like we said, the club was built on the fact of the system spitting out people or not treating people correctly. And sometimes those people haven't gone on to any podcasts, haven't gone on to any TV show because they didn't make it. So I've been watching a lot recently where you see Wilfred Zaha on there, or you see all these Antonio. I saw one the other day, Michael Antonio from West Ham. Great little interview. These guys are pros. So yes, it's great to hear their stories, but what about the guys that didn't quite get there, who felt they should be there and didn't quite get there? What are those stories like? So we're thinking about starting a podcast soon called My Truth. It's going to be called My Truth. And it's going to be getting people on there to talk about their truth of the game and show another side. So that's something to keep an eye out for. But it'll be coming soon. So yeah, thanks for you though, because it shows like yours that have given myself and a few others the inspiration to potentially start a podcast like that.
Love that. Any way we can help out, bro, yeah, by all means, man. That's it. And again, I'm looking forward to seeing it, man. If you need me to come on there, you know.
Yeah, of course. Get you on as one of the guests. Put you on the other side this time.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see how it's like on the other side of things. Nah, that's it. I like that. No, I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man, for giving up your time. And hopefully the rest of your family gets better as well, man. Really do.
Yeah. Thanks for that. Good stuff.
No, I appreciate it, man. Take care, man. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Bye-bye. Cool. And that was Manny there from Enfield Borough. Still got 2 more guests to come on. Got one waiting in the wings right now. It's been a while. It's been a minute trying to get him on.
Jeez, come on.
Ah,
What you saying, my brother?
we got there in the end, man. Jeez. Jeez.
What you
Going
saying,
all right
Rudy?
with me,
You
man.
good, yeah?
You
Yeah,
good?
you good, my brother. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and that, brother.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Hopefully we won't be too loud. We don't want to wake up the kids and that, you know.
Come on, you know, I'm just trying to get a little one to bed now.
Oh, is it? Okay. But yeah, how's things are you though, man? You good?
Yeah, man, not too bad. Obviously, this lockdown stopping the football and that, it's a bit dead, but safety first, I guess.
No, of course, of course. I mean, look, I think we're 2 weeks in, so we've got to do another 4 more weeks of this or whatever, and then who knows? It might not even might not even be it. I think it's going to go on even further, if I'm being honest. So we'll have to wait and see what Boris says. But in the meantime, we move, as they say. So, but anyway, I wanted to get to know your team more, Abbey FC, man, because you know I've been seeing you guys pop up on the socials and that for a minute, you know, doing your thing. So yeah, who's better to find out from than the man himself? Tell me about
that. Yeah. So Abbey FC, just a team that started just a group of friends and that about 7 seasons ago. Won the league the first season and that. And slowly progressed, you know, couple man went away, went jail, come back out, came back to the team. Good thing it was still running. Had good people around to keep the team going. Gone through quite a lot of players. And the last 2 years, man started taking it a bit more seriously, like signing like younger, better players and that, because obviously he was struggling in the leagues with the man them getting old and that. So yes, decided to get the camera out and start recording and trying to push it. You get me?
Yeah. No, I see that. I mean, so what league you guys playing in right now?
We're playing in the Middlesex Sunday Premier Division at the moment.
Okay, and how are you finding that?
Boy, we started off quite strong, and then the last couple games we started to, you get me, slip back to old ways. You know what I mean? It weren't really. We got one of our top players sent off. We missed him for the last few games. To be fair, can't wait to get him back in, bruv.
No, I hear that, man. But yeah, look, obviously I see you guys popping up a lot. So talk to me about the team itself. Like, who's like the main people to look out for? Like, who's your talisman? Who's your captain? Who's your, do you know what I mean? Who's the people that kind of spring to mind when I say all of those things?
We got.
It's all you.
You know what? I've had to try to reside to the sideline. You know, like the player manager thing. Man's all 30 and that now. You get me? So man's
Getting old now, yeah.
Getting old. The legs ain't what they used to be. You get me? So now our captain is Kane. We got a centre mid striker called Slick Rick.
Yeah.
Another guy called Haas. We got Ren. We got Maze. We got finally 2 keepers. You know the hardest thing in that Sunday league is getting a keeper.
Yes.
So for the past few years, we didn't even have a goalie. I was in goal. We had a left back in goal, centre back in goal. Now we finally got 2 keepers at once. You know, they say good things come in twos or whatever they say.
Yeah. Like buses. Yeah.
Yeah, that's strung us up quite a lot, to be fair, with 2 keepers.
Okay. But it's funny that you said you're in the Middlesex league, Sunday league. I'm hearing that you want to move. Is that the word on the street, man?
Yeah, we're trying to come over to the Barnet thing, to your lot's thing still.
Why is that? Why are you looking to come over to the Barnet Sunday league?
Looking for a change, really, man. We know there's good teams in the Premier Division, as we found out early. We've lost 2 games out of 5. But we know there's a few better teams in the Barnet thing, so we want to like test ourselves, you know what I mean? See what we can do there.
Yeah, and one of them you know quite well. I mean, the first time I really got put onto you is obviously yourselves against Takers. Now, how did that come about? This whole little rivalry. I was late to it. I did something on it the other day, but not at the time. Like, how did that come about? Well gone.
You see the Takers. Takers obviously like new team. They started last season, and that another team from Northwest London, and they've got a few. They've had a few of our old players. Do you know what I mean? A couple of our old players crossed over to them, so then that's kind of how the rivalry started. Do you know what I mean?
And then obviously the game happened, and it didn't kind of go the way you guys wanted it. Obviously.
Yeah, we got shagged, man. They paid the referee or something, bro, before the game. You see some of the highlights. You see it's a foul and that they give the goal, a penalty. Dodgy, bro. Dodgy. Next time we got to book the pitch and get the ref. You get me?
Oh, so what's it going to be a part 2 then? Yeah, is that what you're saying?
Gotta be a part 2. You get me? It's gotta be.
Nah, I hear that still. Again, look, if you move over to the league, there'll be more than a part 2 in there. You obviously have to play them twice, potentially in a cup. So. Okay.
Nah, it'll be good. Big up you lot though, Roots TV, man. You're doing a lot, man.
I'm trying, man. Trying. You know, trying to do a little thing. Just give everyone a voice, man. Because sometimes you get carried away with like 2 or 3 teams when there's a lot more teams out there. Do you know what I mean? In grassroots football. So yeah, I'm trying, man. Trying to do my thing, but. Yeah, so what? Moving over to the Brighton Sunday League, obviously you got Takes in there, you got Rising Ballers in there, Stars, Highgate Albion. Is that the draw? The fact that you can play a lot of these bigger so-called teams?
Yeah, man. Just see. Obviously, you got Rising Ballers, who's got all the young pros coming up and them thing there. So that'll be a real big challenge. To be fair, that game.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm looking forward to it and I ain't at the same time. You get me, Cut? You might have to try bully them, but then they might be too fit. They might be moving the ball too quick, so could get embarrassing. You never know. Do you know what I mean? I want to see the Takers Rising Ballers game. You get me, Car? See how they do against them to see where we're at. You get me?
Yeah. That's. I'll tell you what. That one before COVID, obviously, that was the one that was. Everyone wants to look forward to because I think those two are going to be at it towards the end of the season. Rising Ballers and Takers. Obviously, got no disrespect to the other teams that are in the league, but I think in terms of the YouTube football scene, those are the 2 teams that people want to see slug it out.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I didn't know you had so many players that play for Takers now from Abbey. I only thought it was 1.
Now we had Kurt.
Yeah.
King of the Fives and that. He was at us in the first season that we ever done. He come through. We got so many players, when I think about it. Like another player, Magic.
Yeah.
He never played for us, but I used to play with Magic when I was younger. And Magic was gonna come Abbey, and then like within a week or something, take his manager. The bribe money just coming through, blood. Just took him. You get me? Just took him. Like,
I mean, look, they're called Takers for a reason, right?
It's true, It's not a joke. They took
for a reason, so they take the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they take the talent still. Man, them's guy in there still. It's loyalty out. We're trying to. Who's loyal? Who's staying loyal? They're trying to snap up a few more of our players, even, blood.
Yeah.
Come like with a feeder club, like. Southampton feeds fucking Liverpool and them thing there. They just taking all their players, like that's what they're trying to do, blood. So I'm trying to get the investors in now so I can start bribing players to come around here. You get me?
Wow. You know what you're saying? You're trying to say that Abbey FC is a feeder club for Takers.
Bro, that's how it's looking, blood. You get me? Who's going next? They don't pay reg fees and them thing they're over there. I'm hearing bad things. They score a hat trick, they get money and. Bro, they might as well be Saturday League, blood.
Yeah.
They're doing things, Money under the table and that, blood.
You saying the budget's big over there, yeah?
This guy, bro, there's no budget. They're doing a lot still. I got to rate them for them thing there still.
Yeah.
Doing a lot still.
And then obviously, Menace was playing for you as well, wasn't it? Now he's over there.
Oh yeah, Menace. Yeah, I forgot about Menace. There's DeAndre. There's a few man. They even took our captain. Well, he not even took him. He said, "Oh fuck it, I'm going Takers," but they didn't even play him. So I didn't even see him and watching for him, looking out for him in the videos. But I don't think he made the cut.
Who's that?
Or centre back Morrow. He used to be our captain last season, but you ain't seen him because they didn't play him. He never got the feature still.
Wow. Okay. So it's looking like a Liverpool Southampton thing then, yeah.
Trust me, bro. I'm telling you, this is how we need the revenge, man. I was so mad that day we lost, brother. I was so mad.
Yeah.
I wanted to come on and play myself. You get me?
But who sparked it then? Who sparked the initial? I'm not gonna say beef, but who started the initial chatting?
Rivalry.
Rivalry.
You know what? Yeah, it could have been a bit of me as well, because I was kind of like, blood. How does man keep going over there, blood? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? Like, what's going on over there, blood? Like, threw little shots were sent on the Insta and that on the Your Fresh TV, couple shots sent. Then even our player that was playing for us, DeAndre, started like just hyping up the thing. You get me? So, but it was good though. It was all friendly because man know a few of them. A few of our players know them as well. You get me? Everyone's from Northwest and that grew up together, played in the past. So it's all love, really. After the game, it was all love. You get me?
Yeah. No, that's fair enough, man. That's interesting though, man. Like, especially like if you're going to go over there, you're gonna have to like put all this to bed. Like, who's got the better team? If you get your team patterned up, are you playing for us the whole season, or are you gonna go over there halfway through the season?
Yeah, write up the contracts, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Write up the contracts, definitely, man. It's crazy, man.
Wow.
Even Menace played for us that day, yeah.
Yeah.
Against Takers, blood. Honestly, yeah. It come like he was a secret spy for them, blood. He wasn't even playing proper for us. Yeah, I'll say it loud and proud, blood. He weren't guiding. Before that, he was guiding, doing this thing, played against Takers. Like this, the standards just dropped. Do you get me? Like, then the next day, you know, he's gone Takers. You see him in a Takers shirt. I said, oh my, look, watch it there, blood. Bro, it's madness out here, you know. What's going on
before the game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Must have been. Man, them after the game was like, but I seen him chatting to them, boom, boom, boom. I was like, yeah, like that.
Wow.
It's mad, bro. It's mad.
Jeez. Okay. So what? You're not gonna do it back then, nah?
You know, I don't really want none of them, man. There, blood. Not saying they ain't ballers and that, but like, I ain't really in it. Do you know what I mean? I ain't really trying to do them thing there still. Like, obviously, I'd take like, because I know Magic from young, innit? I'd take Magic and that, blood. But the rest of them,
Magic is just that guy. Like
that. He's always been that guy. Yeah, always been that guy. Still, everyone wants him.
Yeah, that goal that I saw against Stars. Oh my gosh, in the flesh, bro. When I see you see me run onto the pitch, and me at my big age, I didn't run nowhere. But I had to run onto the pitch. When I seen that goal, it's like seeing, I don't know, a Beckham scored in the 90th minute. Like that was in the last couple of minutes of the game to win the game, boy. So I can understand. Yeah, man. You need to get. Look, not telling you what to do too much, but obviously, if you're going to go into this league, I don't know the league that you're in too well, but that league in particular, a lot of strong teams in there. So to save yourself any sort of like arse whippings or anything, and you need to make sure that that league is patterned. Come on,
I can imagine.
Rising Ballers ain't no joke. Tigers ain't no joke. Park Royals, Highgate Albion, Stars, Trabzon Sport. Like, there's some teams in there.
Some teams, yeah. We played Park Royals pre-season still, and we beat them.
Okay.
But don't even want to keep talking about Takers, but we'd have beat them that day, you know, blood. No joke, man. The ref shagged us, but I'll post it again. It was a blatant foul, and he played on, and the man stopped. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but again, like they always say, play to the whistle, man. You got to play to the whistle.
It's true. You got to play to the whistle. Still, you do.
And again, like, didn't you guys take the lead in that one as well?
Huh?
Did you guys take the lead in that game?
Nah, that was the first goal for them for 1-0, innit?
Oh, okay.
It's kind of flopped us still, man. It kind of flopped us, but we go again. You get me?
Nah, you go again. But okay. So going forward now, obviously, if we do carry on this season, what's the plan for this season if it does go ahead?
Secretly, I've made a couple signings already. A couple,
Okay.
yeah, because you know what, yeah, like not to throw no one under the bus, but you know, on Sunday League, yeah,
Yeah.
you can't just only have youngsters. You get me? You need men. It's a men's game. Do you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
our players are quite young, so you know you come against, not to try to throw away, give our weaknesses away, but you come against some aerial teams that just everything in the air, headers, just stronging up, man. Our players quite, you know what I'm saying, quite
Yeah.
slim. We've got 1-2 big man, but quite young, so I had to just beef up the squad a bit. You get me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Get
So
that kind of,
yeah, you got some bruiserweights.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Man, I could leave a foot in them thing there. You know what I'm saying?
They might not make it to
You
the full 90 minutes, but at least they let them know that they're there, right?
Yeah, you need that, bro. You need the youngsters. It's obviously you want to promote the youngsters thing, but you need the adults in there still.
Okay, so when are these announcements going to be made then? These new signings?
Boy, you know, because you see, even me now, I'm using my laptop. I'm not really the internet guy, bro. Like my skills are a bit dinosaur. You get me? So if it was a bit better, I could be posting up pictures, and I see you doing your thing on the thing. You get me? But my thing's a bit slow. Well, when I get someone to run the media team a bit better.
Well, if you want to pass me, if you want to let me know after this and then say, look, this is the person side, and I can get someone to do that. Obviously, exclusive, you know.
Yeah, I see stirring up the thing the other couple of days ago with the transfer rumors about that AFC deal, all of that, bro. I see you stirring up the pot still.
Come on, man! Like we need to get spice in there. You know how it goes.
I see that still. It's hard. It's hard. That picture thing you got with the transfer window thing was hard still.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want me to announce it, the latest Abbey signings as well.
Yeah, that'll be big. Still, that'll be big, bro.
There you go, man. Look.
But you don't want to put it out too early because you know there's listeners here, there's watchers that's gonna come on and try smack. You get me? You gotta be careful now. You get me? You can't even make too much noise.
There might be someone from Takers listening right now. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm telling you, don't click on this later on. Be like, yo, like who they got? Let me see if I can shout him. You get me? No, I can't wait to play the man there again. No, still.
When you need to organize it then. What's going on? You need to organize
it. Oh yeah, no, definitely. A friendly will be made. If friendly will be made pre-season, definitely. Again, we already spoke about that still. Try to get it on Astro or something as well. Get a neutral ref, you get me?
Yeah.
We should be all right still.
Okay. How are you finding everything else though? Like I even noticed that one of your games, your VO died, I think. He was on the floor.
Oh man.
Like, what's going on with that? How are you finding other things apart from on the pitch?
Bro, you know the stresses. I bought a VO, yeah, because it records the game itself, innit? Our guy that comes in to record our games, like, is hardly ever there, innit? Like 1 out of 4 games will be there. So man's got the video camera on them thing there, and then my cousin, he left the piece that connects onto the camera on the tripod in his car. So by the time he's got to the pitch now, it's game time. Man's got to try to hold the camera. Then if you're not watching the camera on your phone, there's a raindrop on the thing. It's just so scatty, bro. You know what I mean? Like that's another thing man needs to sort out still.
God, so you got to sort out the VO. So you're playing player managers as well, right?
I'm only a backup. I'm backup player. Do you get me? I'm manager, groundsman, chairman, everything, bro. Putting up nets. Do you get me? Too much.
So you got to do all of that as well, yeah?
All of that, bro. It's a bit. It's a lot still.
Shit, I mean,
edit the videos after, like just
commentary as well.
Commentary, bro. Like so much. I need to delegate more positions, but man, just want to come football and play and then go home.
Yeah. I think going forward, or maybe utilizing this lockdown period, is to try and get more staff, because otherwise you're going to end up trying to do it all. I mean, I know that full well, and now recently I've started to get a little bit of help in terms of doing the media. And trust me, it's helped so much. Just to even have some time to myself, because otherwise I'll be forever posting. But for you, if you're running a football club, I think you definitely need to get that. Someone to do media, someone to. If you're going to be the manager, cool. Make sure you've got enough players on the pitch that are dedicated, want to stay, and all the rest of it. Because otherwise, it just gets.
They want to stay.
No,
But it's true. It's true, bro. You
got to make sure that they're dedicated and they see the same vision as you. Otherwise, it just gets a bit long for you, innit?
Nah, 100%, bro.
Okay.
100. You know, when you're losing, you can't even switch at man too much. Like, yo, that was fucking shit, bro. You gotta be like, listen, unlucky, we go again. You know the little words you gotta use. Come man, get upset, man.
Yeah.
Man, get upset still.
But like going forward, obviously, once we're out of lockdown, what is the plan for you guys? Obviously, as you said, you want to switch leagues eventually. You want to get more staff, but is there anything else that you want to do?
It'd be good to try and get some sponsors. We're working on now trying to get one of the youth clubs, well, a club in the ends called Abbey Club, got shut down a couple of years ago. So we're trying to invest some money, get up and running, try to turn it, because we had a couple of youth teams as well, but they folded because the management went elsewhere. Like, not other clubs, but they're doing other things. Everyone just cut it out, bro.
I was gonna say they're not going to take as well.
Oh man, it's dark, bro. It's mad still. It's mad. But yeah, trying to get a couple things up and running, to be fair.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, just keep the show running and keep improving it. You get me?
No, I fully hear that. And again, like during this lockdown period, is all the players okay as well? Are they doing fine?
Yeah, man. Everyone's doing their thing. Hopefully, the man name's training. If they're watching this now, hope you lot are training and that guy. The group chat. My name don't really want to reply back in the group chat's gone a bit dead. You know the ones there like, what's the man name keeping fit? Yeah, man name ain't saying nothing. Like, bro, it's long, bro. I can't lie.
If you're from Abbey and you're listening in, make sure you're getting in your K runs. Make sure you're getting your hour of exercise as well. And again, help this guy out as well. He needs help, man. Just anything you can
help a brother out, blood.
That's it, man. Because you can't I hate the ones that just rock up and do the 90 minutes and then they're off. Like, come on, there's more to then doing that than just running a team. You've got to add a little bit more. So if you can, help this guy out, man. Because by the sounds of it, he's doing about 5 different jobs on his own, on his ones. So that's But yeah, man. Look, it's been great to finally catch up with you. I know it's meant to happen a couple of times, and I'm glad it finally has as well. Again, if you want me to announce them signings, little DM thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout you 100, bro.
Yeah.
We got Roots TV every time, bro. Every time, man.
Appreciate that, man. And again, man, thank you, bro.
Take care. I know, cool, bro.
Cool. There we go. That's Len from Abbey FC. Final guest. He's waiting in the wings. There he is. Big smiles.
What's happening?
There he is. Nav,
how you doing? Not bad. Yourself? How you doing? You good?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad.
Good stuff. Good man.
Speaking to the people, making sure everyone's all right.
Of course.
You as well. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. It's been well. It's been fine. Obviously, third lockdown for me. To be honest with you, I know it doesn't affect everyone, but for me, it hasn't been too bad because I've got a busy schedule outside of football with work as well. So I'm constantly working every day, Monday to Friday. With football, obviously, we're still doing things on the side, but for me, it hasn't been too hard. I've been working constantly, so I haven't really been that affected. But I know there's a lot of other people that have. So yeah.
No, I fully hear that. And again, how's the rest of the squad? How's the rest of the management team at Southall?
Everyone's good. Everyone's good. Obviously, just like your like the previous chap said, the group chat's dead. No one talks. So I'm hoping everyone is keeping fit. But I'll be speaking to everyone individually, speaking to the coaches. Spoke to the directors not too long ago. Everyone's good. Everyone's keeping well. Everyone's keeping safe. Everyone's obviously upset, annoyed with everything that's going on no football, etc. But I think the more important issues in life at the moment is obviously this COVID. And for me, I'd rather us be in a lockdown as we are now, in a longer lockdown as we were in the first one, and get back to normal as quick as possible. Then these stops.
Yeah, totally agree with you. And hopefully this will be the last one, even though in the back of my mind, I don't think it will, to be honest, because
you just don't know, do you? You just don't know what's going to happen. And it is tough. It is tough, but it's just one of those things. What can you do? It's not in our hands. We just got to take it day by day, week by week, month by month, and see what happens.
Of course. But yeah, the reason why I wanted to get you on is kind of to get to know more about Southall Athletic, because it's a team that I've come across quite recently within the last year. So gone to a couple of games as well, seen a lot on the socials as well. But I wanted to find a little bit more about the reasons why you started, when you got started, and you know. Of course.
So for us, we started Jan 2020. The directors. They thought of the idea. They got in contact with me. I was coaching a different club. I was an assistant at a different club at the time, and just myself. I was looking to leave in a way and kind of progress on my own, see how I got on, test the waters. And luckily enough, I had the director contact me personally on Instagram, and we met. Kind of went through what they expected or what they wanted as a club. I kind of gave my opinion on what experiences I had with the previous club. And we clicked, you know, the visions were the same, what we wanted, what I wanted, what they wanted, should I say, as well. It clicked. So we got together, they agreed, I became head coach. First trial was in Jan 2020, so 1 year ago. Wow. So we started the trial, had a good amount of players come down, cut it down, and then from there immediately a week later we started training. So we were training at Swift Road in Southall on a full so we were training there before, and then obviously after the first lockdown they never reopened, so we were just training there once a week originally, and then as we progressed and as the seasons went in, and then after the first lockdown we came out, we trained at Rectory. And then we were training at Southall Park as well, because not everything was open at the time, and plus everything's so expensive. So we were having to adapt, and everything was new to us. None of us had run a football club, even though I had assisted coaching one previously. I didn't have much experience, so it was all new to all of us. But it was good. We were all learning at the same time, having to adapt. And with COVID, it really, you know, it tested us as a club. It tested us individually, but we've come out of it, and we're still going strong. So yeah, first lockdown happened. We didn't know what was going to happen, really. We didn't know how long we were out for. Came back as soon as we could. Trained in the park once every week on a Saturday for about 2.5 hours. We got a few more players come, a few players left, and it was really just for us, it was a pre-season, but a pre-season that we were taking very, very seriously, because we were the new team on the block. You know, we had a lot to prove. You know, we had great socials, so a lot of people were kind of expecting big things from us. But credit to the lads. You know, in the dying heat, even now, you know, when we were training in the winter, they gave everything. And you know, after lockdown, we came back stronger. We had a very good pre-season. Well, it started slow, but being a new team, we always knew that, you know, it wasn't going to click straight away. There were always going to be things that would get in the way. But for us, that was kind of how I wanted to test the boys mentally as well, to see who had it in them, who didn't have it in them. So we came back, had a pretty good pre-season, ended it on a high, and then we started the season. So we're in Division 1 Southwest of the Middlesex County Football League, play every Saturdays. We started the season, and then obviously lockdown 2, we stopped again, which again put a spanner in the works. And you know what, like I said, for me mentally, it wasn't as bad, because I was kept busy. But I know for some of the other boys, it wasn't so easy, you know, especially trying to stay motivated to keep fit. Because as we all know, grassroots football it's about being fit. The fittest team, you know, tends to, you know, progress and get that little more when they need it.
Yeah.
So for me, it was a massive thing, fitness. But you know what? Again, credit to the boys. They kept themselves as fit as they could.
Yeah.
And we came back, and then we started on the grind again. Had a couple of more games until obviously the Christmas period, and then lockdown 3.
It sounds like a bad movie, innit? Lockdown 1, lockdown
honestly,
2,
you know, I know it would have obviously affected every other club, but for us especially, being a new club,
yeah,
being very, being excited about, what the future holds, and putting in place the vision that we had, and like I said, we had to adapt, and it wasn't easy, but we did it, and we've kept, the boys here, we've kept them motivated, and until now we've still got good numbers in our squad.
Yeah, because you before lockdown 3, you was actually on quite a decent run. I just remember,
Yeah.
a couple of wins together. I think because the previous game I came to before, well, it was a pre-season game. I think you lost that one, and then you started going on a run. And
Sing Saba, the 3-0. Yeah, that was, like I said, we're pre-season. We started slow, and I think that was because we were still trying to mold as a team, as one. The style of play that we play isn't the easiest. It is quick football, a lot of pass and move, and like I said, you need good fitness to play the way we play. And I think just trying to play the way we wanted to, as a team, as one, trying to learn how each other play, it wasn't going to happen. But like I said to the lads, I said as the directors, I said to the coaches, you've got to trust the process. If you want something, you've got to go through kind of the bad times, to get the good times. And we did have those bad times. It's, especially I remember our first game against Newmont FC pre-season, even though we won it 2-1, even though you saw glimpses of some good play, it wasn't great, and the boys weren't happy. You could see they weren't happy, but like I said, trust the process. You've got to learn. It's a learning process. Even till now, we're always learning.
You said you've only been literally together a year this month.
Well, less than that. If you don't take away the 4 months that we had a lockdown, a month, less than that, I'd say we've been together for half a month, 6-7 months.
Wow.
And
so, I mean, yeah, 7 months altogether. If you do that, year in the calendar month, like, what have you kind of picked up from this group of boys and the management side altogether? What have you kind of learnt from them so far?
Patience is key. Patience. You've got to have patience. Even me as a coach, I think maybe I expected a bit too much in the beginning from these boys, putting a lot of pressure on them, in training. If you come and watch them train, magnificent, absolutely magnificent. And it was having the patience to, and I know some of the coaches were even talking with myself, it's a vision, maybe I was, trying to get a lot too quick, they say, you've got to learn to walk before you run. And maybe I was pushing them too much, but yeah, patience. I learned that you have to have patience, but me pushing the boys and expecting a lot from them is why I think we've got to where we are now. And even 6-7 months of just not playing, as one for a long time, we've done very, very well to be where we are right now, to have the results we've had. So again, credit to the lads, credit to the coaches, and credit to the directors for giving us the facilities and giving us the opportunity to be able to train where we are, the amount we train, because I know not a lot of grassroots teams train as much as we do. We do twice a week. We do 2-hour sessions, sometimes a bit more. So yeah, we're lucky.
Nah, definitely. Again, some grassroots teams don't even train at all. So to be
exactly.
Yeah.
And the facilities, the facility we train at, they're very good facilities. You've seen Rectory Park. We get half a pitch, for about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. Even that is great. And then on the Tuesday again, we have another 3G pitch, but we have that for about 2.5 hours. So we're lucky as a team. We are very lucky as a team.
Okay. So far this season, you've played what, 6 games, 7 games?
So in the league, we've played Hayes and Hillingdon, beat them 4-3. That was our first game. Played Wembley City, which we won. Third game, which was our last game, was against Brentham, which we lost. And then we came back and we played two more. So we played 5 games.
5 games. Okay. So
5 games. Yeah, 3 wins. No, sorry, 2. Oh God, so you've got me. 3 wins, 1 draw. No, we played 6. Sorry, 3 draws, 1 loss, 3 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses. Played Playgate rules as well when we came back.
Cool. So obviously I've got to talk about the main one, the main derby. Come on.
Who's that? We're going to talk about the waffler, are we? That's the 5-0.
I've got to talk about it because I heard one side and I got to hear the other side. So you always say there's always 2 sides to the story. In fact, there's always 3 sides to the story. So
No, to be honest with you, I don't really know what the issue with him is, and I don't even know the guy personally. Like, for me, I didn't start the club up. I'm the coach. For me, I look for results. I look for giving the boys the best coaching. Obviously, he's got a few insecurity issues, which you can all see. Now, we started the club in Jan. I generally don't see what the issue is with that, even though the directors, I believe, went and watched them play and knew about them. It's only a name, for God's sake. I think there's more things in life to worry about than a name. So obviously we started in Jan. They weren't very happy with that. And then I believe one of my players at the time made a comment on a post on Instagram. I'm a grown man, and all my players are grown men. They're all men. They play in the men's league. If you have an issue with one of my players, take it up with them. And I think I woke up at 7:30 in the morning that day. It was game day, so I always wake up early for game day, make sure I'm all ready, prepped, etc. And I see a message on my Instagram saying that one of your players did this. I can't even remember. So, anyways, I messaged him back saying, why does it hurt you so much? What's the issue? It's an Instagram post. Take it up with the player.
Yeah.
Anyways, that player was playing for me on the day, and he got his time. He didn't play, and obviously it was annoying at the time for me, especially finding out on game day. But again, it's Instagram, it's social media. I'm sure there's people that have said worse things about him or about his team that he doesn't need to really cry about this. Yeah. So, anyways, he had the issue, and then it came down to obviously the season. It came down to COVID, and unfortunately, with that. We know some of their players, and when you get told by others that actually no, something else has happened, then obviously you start thinking twice. So
they didn't want it. What was that about?
Well, obviously they didn't, did they? Look, I can go into it and I can talk about it, but what's the point? You know what I mean? I'm not that type of person to really, I haven't got time for all of this, to be honest with you. I'm just about my coaching. I'm about South Athletic. It's about the vision, about getting them to the next step.
Yeah.
It's not for me. It's not even a rivalry. We've only been in the league we've only been here since Jan 2020. I don't think they've ever entered a league per se. I think they've only entered a KFF tournament. So it's new for them. It's new for them. It's new for us. It's new for everyone. I think we should just all get on with it, really. That's all I really have to say. I've got no issues with anyone. I can't be asked.
They did say they was going to punt you 5-0, man. That's a lot of smack, man.
Listen, they all talk, innit? They all talk, and you just got to let them talk. You've got to let them have their say. Like I said, it's insecurity. You've got to let them have it. If I believe in the Newmont game, what did he say? They were going to beat him. Was it 3-0?
Something like that.
I'm telling you, he needs to stop talking. Get on with it. Just get on with it. Just coach. Enjoy the game. Enjoy it.
I mean, look, there's a lot of teams in Southall. Like, I didn't even know. Like, as I said, up until let's say 4 or 5 months ago, I came across you guys. Then there's Newmont. Obviously, there's AFC Southall. There's Southall FC. Like,
of course.
Yeah, I'm saying
there's old Southall. There's loads of teams, and you know what? The more teams I say, the better. Because for us in Southall, especially, there isn't anything for the community. It's a big community. It's a big Asian community. There's nothing for the Asian community there. And for us at Southall, we're here to build something not just for adults. We're here going all the way down to, like, now we've got an under 23s team, going all the way down to an under 18s, even going across, going to a females team, going down to kids. We're about the community, and whatever we can do for the community, you know, it is good not just for us, but it's for everyone. So the more teams, I say, the better. I don't think, you know, it's hard enough as it is with football, with all the, you know, the money involved, etc. But everyone should be able to play.
You mentioned something there at the start. I want to pull you up on it. You said something about there's nothing there for like the Asian community. Why isn't that? Why do you feel there hasn't been in the past?
No one's really invested, to be honest. No one's actually gone all the way out there to invest and to say, you know what, actually, I think it's about time that we put something in here for the community, for the kids, you know, for those growing up, for the next generation. You know, there's a lot of stuff happening out there. You know, you've got these stabbings, you've got these shootings, you've got all sorts going on out there. You know, we can prevent this, and we can all prevent this together if we help and we all stick together. It's not about rivalry. It's not about who's the best. It's about the community. We know how messed up this world is, and every day, you know, goes by, it doesn't get any easier. So you know, and that's what, like I said, that's what we're here for. That is our vision. You know, we're here to help those that need to be helped. And that's what our directors have done, even during this pandemic, during the first lockdown, and now, you know, giving out food for Christmas. Not too long ago, we've done a little charity event, not an event, sorry, we put something out for giving presents to children at Norfolk Park Hospital. You know, so we're not just about football. You know, it's a very, very small, minute part of what we do. We do so many things outside.
No, I fully appreciate it. That's good. That's good that people around this local area have got a team to aspire to, because you've got all these other places across London, or all these other YouTube teams that, not even just YouTube teams, grassroots teams that people aspire to play for. And
of course,
for a long time there wasn't really anything around it, and now I'm starting to be more aware of it. Maybe I was just oblivious to it, but now I'm starting to kind of open my eyes, like, oh, there's this team here that's on my doorstep, and that team on my doorstep. So.
And this is what I tell the lads. I tell the lads, you're not playing just for a football or just a grassroots football team. You're playing for the badge. You're playing for a community. You know, a lot of people in that community who might have come and watched our games, or who look at our Insta, you know, look up to potentially these players, even us as coaches, and maybe aspire to be us or want to be in our position. You know. So what I say to these people is get in touch with us. If we can give you these opportunities, you know, not too long ago we put out a volunteer post. You know, we're all about helping people. If someone wants to get in football that doesn't know a lot about football, we're here for you. You know, we don't make nothing from this. You know, we don't make nothing. Everything I do, everything the coaches do, everything the directors do, everything that we do voluntary. And I know it goes across the board, the whole grassroots system. But we love everything we do, and that's why we're on here. That's why we're here. We're here to kind of make something. And you know what? I'm looking forward to what the future holds. You know, we've got loads of things planned for the future. You know, even this year alone. So even with COVID, you know, things are looking good. You know, and we're looking forward to bringing more people on board, helping more people, making more teams. You know, getting more goals. Winning leagues, winning titles, winning everything. That's what we're about.
Okay. Again, talk to you about this league as well. Like, who have you got coming up? You've mentioned a few teams that you played already.
So it's like I said, a lot of the teams in this league are new. Some have been promoted. Some have been together for a couple of years. So we've got Hayes and Hillingdon, who we played first, a very good team. You've got Boston Manor, a very good, an energetic team. Again, Wembley City.
The team that one of your players did that little dinky Messi in and around.
That was Boston Manor. Yeah, that was Boston Manor. That was our last game before we ended. You got Wembley City, again, a very good team. You got Newmont. There's loads. You got Claygate Royals. You got obviously AFC Southall. One team, Deportivo. I think they're going to be one to look out for us. They're top of the table, unbeaten. But credit to them. You know, during this time, again, it's not easy. It hasn't been easy for any club. And for them to do what they've done so far, credit to them. But we're coming for them when we do return.
Okay. And is the plan then to go up the leagues then? Is that what you want to get to and get to the top league? Because the top league's got the likes of Hilltop.
Of course. That's the vision. That is what we want. But let's see what the future holds. You know, we were hoping that, you know, after this season we would have had a bit of an idea of what to expect. But obviously, counting this season is going to be, it's probably going to end if I'm being totally honest. I don't think we're going to return till, end of March, April. And for them to start the season then, I don't see any point. I say you scrap the season as it is, have a longer pre-season, and let's get back to the new season and see where we go.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense to me because again, if some teams have only barely played 5 or 6 games, and
Yeah,
there's a lot of games to go. I mean, the only thing for me that could go ahead is cups. You can bang out cup fixtures like that, but to do leagues, a lot of double headers and all the rest of it. You're asking a lot of people just to do double headers alone, like every.
And it's difficult with pitches as well.
Yeah,
to get pitches is a nightmare. Even council pitches, for them to even get them maintained, it's a hassle. But yeah, I totally agree. Maybe cup games, but let's see. The FA. Let's see what they decide. Middlesex FA. Let's see what they decide. And we can only take it from there, really. But for us, we're already planning for next season. We're already planning for the year. We don't stop at the club. We continue to plan. Whether it goes ahead, whether it doesn't go ahead, we're ready. I'm ready as a coach. I know the rest of the coaches are ready. I just hope the boys are going to be ready. I hope they're going to stay fit. That's the only thing. Getting them to stay fit is, and to be fair, some of them do. They go on their 5K runs. They do a bit of ball work in the park, but it's not the same as actual football training. It's never going to be the same.
Now, more to personal you, because again, something that drew me to you again is passion.
I've got a lot of passion. Anything I do, I've got passion. I do, and I swear a lot. I do swear a lot. And even my wife, my parents, they always say, "Oh, listen, you need to stop swearing." But you know what? It's uncontrollable. When you've got so much passion and so much love for the game. You know what? I've got passion and love not only for the game but for the boys. I see these boys and my brothers, and when I say to you, in training, they're absolutely fantastic. They put the effort in. I shout, I scream at them, I make them run, I make them do all sorts. Honestly, ask them, speak to them, and they'll say, our training sessions aren't for the weak. They are hard, they are difficult, but when I can see what they're about and what they can do in training and what they can do on the pitch, and when they don't play right, or they don't play properly, or they don't listen, it aggravates me. It really is aggravating because we put so much time and effort as coaches, planning sessions, getting the boys there, making sure everything's ready for them when they get there. Even the slightest little thing at Rectory Park, making sure, we've got the pitch available. Which pitch are we on? I always get there an hour early. I know some coaches might think an hour early, but that's just me. I like to make sure things are set because these boys are, in a way, they're paying for a service. They're paying for a service. They're here because they want to play ball. They want to, progress. They want to learn. So I've got to give them that. Because if I don't give them that, what's the point? So, for me, passion. I've got a lot of passion. I love this game, and I love coaching. I love it.
Yeah, don't ever change, man. Because that one round.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
At Sing Stabber, woo!
After that game, that we had 4 pre-season games, we won all of them. I think we scored over 17, 18 goals within 4 games. We won every single one. And sometimes you need a kick up the arse. You need to be told. And I'm a sort of person where I would tell you how it is, whether you like it or not. Yeah. But that's called respect, because I rather say it to you and tell you how it is and say it behind your back. And everyone's accountable. Everyone's accountable. We're lucky. We're not a one-man team. Southall Athletic, I put it, is not a one-man team. We're a 26-man squad team. Every single person in the books, every single person registered, they all bring something to this team, and they all bring something special on the pitch. And it's great. It's great because when I do have people who aren't available, I've got people that I can bring in who I know can do the same job. So I'm lucky. I'm lucky as a coach.
I hear that. I got one funny comment in here saying, on my tombstone, it will say "Death by Nabs Fitness."
Come and do a fitness session with me. Come and do a fitness session with me. Like I said, everything I do in training is just going to benefit them. I want these boys to benefit not only from football, but just in life. If you don't work hard for something, you're never going to achieve. And for me, everything that we do for them in the club is not just football related. I want that. I'm 32 years old. I've had jobs where I've seen a lot of stuff. You know, being an ex-police officer myself for 9.5, 10 years, you know, I saw a lot of stuff. And even now with what I do, I'm trying to teach these boys that life isn't easy and you have to work and you have to grind. If you think you're going to get it on a plate, you're wrong. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. So this is why my sessions are hard. They're intense. You know, I do shout, I do swear at them, I do push them. Sometimes I push them over the edge, over the limit, but they come back stronger and they come back better. And I've seen that, especially in their game, the way they play. Honestly, they play incredible football. And that's just, what, 6-7 months? Give me a whole year with them. We'll be undefeated.
There we go. I've got a comment through. Whoever's running the Southall Athletic Football Club YouTube said, I want to see that Clinton doing a nav warm-up. No,
you
way.
Have to. Now, we should get that. We should get it recorded. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
What, after you said all of that, you think I'll be fine?
I'll take it lightly. I'll take it lightly on you. First session.
Yeah, right. They're saying get out now for one-to-ones. Oh, yeah. You do your one-to-ones as well.
So I do one-to-ones. I do one-to-one sessions. But I'm not one of those coaches that does all this techie stuff.
Yeah.
Don't come to me if you want techie. I'm all about the basics. You know, simple football basics. You know, if you get the basics right, if you learn how to dribble properly, you learn how to pass properly, you learn how to move that ball properly, you'll be fine in the game. It's easy.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing you've got to work on is game management. But game management, again, isn't hard, really, is it? If you watch football, you know about football, you can manage basics. If you don't have the basics in football, you'll struggle.
Yeah, true. I mean, look, parting words, any last words? Any last words for the teammates? Because I'm seeing a few of them in there.
You know what? You know, if
training as well.
If they're watching, you know what, especially my coaches, I give it to every single one of my coaches that have stuck with me, that have been with me. Again, my coaches get shit from me as well, you know. But like I say to them, and like I said to the rest of the team, there's no first team coach, there's no assistant, we're all one, you know. We're all in it together. We're all putting the same amount of effort in together. So we're all one. So I thank them, you know, I thank the players, and I hope they're all keeping safe, they're all keeping well. But most importantly, I want to thank the directors, you know, for giving this to us, for giving us a pathway, and even us coaches, because we all want to progress. For me, I want to do my level 3, my UEFA. I want to progress up the ranks, and I want to do that with Southall Athletic. So I want to thank them. I want to say thank you for getting us on here, for giving us that exposure. And yeah, thank all the haters. Thank everyone. I'm messing.
Thank all the haters as well. I love it.
I'm messing.
Nav, you know what? It's been a pleasure as always to have you on.
Likewise, man. Brother. Likewise, man.
And I hope to see you after this whole lockdown.
Definitely.
It's done, man.
Definitely. Keep safe. Keep the family safe, and we'll definitely meet soon.
100%, man. 100%. You're only down the road anyway, so
definitely.
Yeah. Appreciate it, man.
Cheers, brother. You take care.
And you take care, bro.
Cheers. Take care. Bye.
And that is it, people. That is it. That is a wrap. So there you go. I think we had 6 guests in total. If you're watching this back, please give it a like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. As you can see, the socials there across the bottom as well. Give us a follow. And again, give all the teams that have been on today a follow as well. Thank you very much for being you. Thank you for listening. Stay safe, as everyone else has said. Make sure you keep fit as well, so when we come back to football, we're straight in and get on those 5K runs. And I'll see you guys all soon. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy your evenings. Night.